Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I'm GM Jakin. This is Diarol Lost Horizon, and I've got DM Daddy, Elenia, Caddy, and New Guy here. It's the core cast. So we're doing a bit of a time jump here. So in my head, I kind of envision this like last session was like the season finale, and we're now kind of like in season 2. So we're gonna be kind of like recontextualizing where the group is, what they're doing, possibly a little more directional. Definitely at first. Also, I noticed that last week I was peaking a ton, and it looks like I'm still kind of peaking, so I'm just trying to move my microphone a little bit further away, but I want to make sure I'm still audible. Um, so yeah, hopefully I don't peak as much as I did last week. And if you're coming off of last week and hoping I fix that, I'm trying. So I've added like 2 inches between the mic and the face, and hopefully that means I won't peak as often. I'm very loud. I'm just a loud human being. So hopefully this will be just the sweet spot. We'll find out. If anyone watching let me know that it's still really bad, then I will find some other method. I don't know. Um, and also, Discord, your audio is slightly different than the audience audio because Discord goes through the Discord settings, whereas for the audience, they're just hearing my mic direct with no doodads. All right. That being said, great, Caddy. Thank you.
Sorry, I drank coffee, but it didn't help.
Oh, wow. Wow. DM Daddy. It's our 1 year anniversary. Thanks for the sub.
I mean, technically, it was like a day before our 1 year anniversary last session, so it let me highlight it, but then it didn't actually do it, so I had to redo it now.
Congratulations, y'all.
All right.
He totally forgot our
I know, it's okay. You can talk to me. You can dish over wine later.
All right.
I got you this cool adventure. Okay.
Got us a new ship.
I got you a new ship. Come on. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it down. I'm seeing I'm peaking quite a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it down. Like, I don't want to go too far because I have hills and valleys with my great voice. So let's see there and see how it goes. Oh, and now we're getting bits. Okay, guys, I gotta thank you guys. You guys are great. So last time we saw the crew of the Involucre, they were on the planet Nacippe, which is majority Albish, which are a kind of a fish-like, aquatic mammal-like. Well, actually, I don't think they're mammals. In fact, they're very much fish. They have scales. That's a lie, Caddy. You contribute a lot. What was I saying? Okay, and they were pursuing a notion of, on their travels, they had Alicia had reached out with her mind via psionics and made a psychic connection to a phenomenon known as the Hyperwinds, which are regions of hyperspace that are hyper accelerated, and they're unidirectional. What happens is if a ship is in hyperspace and they collide with a hyperwind, they basically get swept up by the current and taken to wherever that hyperwind is going to drop them out. They visited a black hole, one with a really long and complicated name, and in salvaging an ancient, 50-year-old derelict, they found footage of what took that ship out. And it was a mysterious ship that no one had ever seen before. And the crew of the Involucre got to hypothesizing that perhaps the hyperwinds and the black holes are somehow connected, especially since the region of space around black holes, a region of hyperspace around black holes, is also different in a similar way as the hyperwind. And this led them to a theory. Well, maybe not a theory. Oh, excuse me.
A
Bless you.
game theory.
Okay, no.
Stop. I tried so hard not to let my brain think that. Ruined it.
Anyway, you mean, yeah, thanks guys. You made me lose it all. What was I saying? Okay, so
We hypothesized.
you guys are interested, the crew is interested in discovering what and why, and maybe even how, there is a psychic connection in the Hyperwinds.
And a way to use that to establish, like, more free travel.
Exactly. See, basically, if I interpreted it correctly, you basically want to find out if there's a way to use psionic power to traverse hyperwinds. At the very least, you want to understand more about why this is, and perhaps discover what that ship was, and who they are, and what they were doing. And you guys pitched all this to the Nacippe Extraplanetary Science Commission, which I have typed so many times now in all my prep that I definitely won't forget it. And they have given you a grant, more than a grant. They have given you a starship with the team. You guys have 12 Nacippe nationals on your new starship. And like I said in the pregame, you guys haven't relinquished the Involucre. It's just in a dry dock on Nacippe. It's yours, but it's just hanging out there because you guys are flying around in a new ship, the NSS Androla, which is pretty cool. I'll go ahead and throw...
It's real neat.
It's got 3 decks, so I'll throw like decks 1 and 2, the upper and middle deck on screen. And while I do it, I'm going to go ahead and do that because the bot's working today. And top screen. This is a map by 0 Hour. I fortuitously purchased without knowing I would get to use it. Now, the hierarchy on board this ship. Hypoist, being the project leader, is the captain of the ship. However, since this ship is technically on loan to you guys from the Nacippe Extraplanetary Science Commission, and the bulk of the personnel are either hired by or work directly for the Science Commission, the first officer is Elish Oberoi, and he is an Albish. He was actually the captain of this ship prior to you guys coming aboard, but he is a consummate professional, doesn't hold any grudges. And yeah, so he functions as the first officer, the executive officer, and his primary goal is to fill in for Hypoist when he's not on the bridge, but also Obate is in charge of personnel, specifically the 11 other individuals aboard. Now, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of characters, and it would just be kind of like an overload to go through them all. So we'll kind of go through them as they become relevant. But let's go ahead and recap your characters and what you guys are hoping to achieve on this new ship. I'll just start with Irene. Irene is the engineer extraordinaire. She is an Exolvi from the Sphere Mandate. Exolvi are more evolved, genetically evolved humans with blue skin and glowing eyes.
Superior. Genetically superior.
And Irene's specialty is in weapons. She tried to go against the grain and make a transportation device, a teleporter, but instead made a really awesome weapon and decided to skip out on the Sphere Mandate. And she got smuggled out by none other than Hypois Sanguilin, who is a free-spirited, fancies himself an anarchist, has a corporate boardroom parents that bought him the Involucre, which he promptly stole and absconded with, and he's looking to spread empowerment to the common folk via anarchism. It hasn't gone well so far. On their journeys, they've picked up Razik. Hypois is a Celise, which is a humanoid known for their appeal. They're quite alluring to most species in the galaxy. Well, most mammalian species in the galaxy. And they're also steadfast friends. And right now,
Quiet.
are you telling me to be quiet?
Damn.
The nerve of that 4-year-old.
Damn.
Stop streaming, you're distracting my Legos.
All right, well, stream's over.
Stream's
Bye,
over.
guys. Thanks for watching.
Oh, I think I might clip that, but I don't know. I don't really want to put my son on camera too much, but that's definitely clip worthy. Okay, so Razik is a doctor married to a politician in the Crest League, which is a small alliance of star systems that don't want to get conquered by the Sphere Mandate or the Saldrosi Empire. And during a diplomatic soiree, there was an incident, an attempted, or I think it was probably a terrorist attack, and a Saladrin diplomat was grievously wounded, and Razik was forced to do surgery on a species he had never encountered before and lost his patient. The entire thing got politicized. He was stripped of his certifications. He's no longer what's the word?
Licensed?
He's no longer licensed, and he decided that he wanted to put the Crest League behind and go discover himself. And so he ran away to the Wild Cluster and met up with these crazy characters. The last one, Elise. Oh, Razik is an Azretian, which is an avian humanoid. They don't have wings, but they do have a patagium. I never look up how to pronounce that. I'm either getting it dead on or just totally wrong. But like flying squirrels. Lastly is Elise. Elise Lynette was a member of a psionic order of warriors known as the Starkeepers. Their order was predominantly human, which attracted the militantly anti-human Saldrosi Empire, which came to their planet and wiped out the Starkeepers. But Elise and her brother were able to evade because they are Dorak, which is a canine, almost lupine sort of humanoid. And since that they escaped, Elise has been separated from her brother, was taking odd jobs, took a job from Hypois' parents to hunt Hypois down, but once she met Hypois and crew, she decided that she wanted to join up and evade her enemies while helping the crew.
He was too handsome. I couldn't say no.
I was about to say, I just love this idea of Elise going on like a manhunt and then being like, well, this dude's super weird, but like technically also super nice, so I guess I won't bring him back. Like especially considering their current dynamic. I love to think about it.
I mean, we haven't really pegged down that. We've kind of left it ambiguous for the sake of time. But I like to think that, Elise kind of saw her same predicament. You guys are on the run being hunted, and she's on the run from the Saldrosi Empire, and she found out she is wanted. Her name and face are out there. Bounty boards are out there for her. So maybe she just felt kindred. Right, and that kind of... There is a fifth character, but he's offline right now. And that's Slag, the sim droid, who our guest PR plays. But, we won't go into him until he's here. But he is on the ship. You guys brought him along because, of course.
You shouldn't go into Slag. It is not advised by medical professionals.
All right, and that's going to bring us up to speed. Oh, well, not quite. That brings us up to... It is 3 months after the last session. You guys are now aboard the NSS Androla. You are, if you look at the map here. Well, actually, let me turn this off. You guys are over here. You are at the black hole Quo 6564, which is technically inside the gaps as far as regions of space go.
Jacob, I just realized, new session, I could do premonition.
Yes. In fact, all of you gain a hero point.
I also am going to premonition.
It's ESP, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a thing that over the 3 months, Irene would have been up Elise's ass about, like, okay, I can do this thing. Teach me how to do the thing better. So she's better at doing it.
In a similar vein, medical professionals do not suggest going up a door, I guess.
Also, that wasn't possessed. That is the pronunciation of potassium.
Potassium. Potato. Got it.
Also, I get a 1-step bonus on my premonition because that's what Irene specialized in when she took ESP.
Well, look at you. Yeah, so because you guys have been spending time trying to get Elise to connect psionically, I'm sure there's been a lot of time for Elise and Irene to practice Irene's burgeoning psychic power.
Still failed, which is par for the course with everything psionic that Irene tries to do.
Elise, what was your success level?
Excellent.
Okay, so at any point during this next adventure, this is the first time we've actually succeeded premonition. You can spend your premonition as a free action to gain a bonus on a check you make or inflict a penalty on a check an opponent makes against you. The value of the premonition bonus or penalty depends on your success level. Since you got an excellent, it is 4 steps. You
Why was I
can
using that before? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. You can tie your premonition to another character who is well known to you, i.e. the party, in which case you decide when to grant to that character the premonition bonus or penalty if someone's acting against that character. However, you must be able to convey a quick warning to the subject of your premonition to grant the bonus, so they must be able to hear you, and you can't be unconscious when the moment arrives. Also, you could expend psionic effort to continue a premonition after you use its bonus or penalty. In effect, spending effort buys you a second or third or fourth, etc. use of the premonition bonus. You can also expend psionic effort to create a new premonition and adventure after you've used up the original one. Which also means, it doesn't say it so much, but I assume if you failed the initial roll, you can spend psionic effort to make a new one later on. I think that...
Right. That makes sense.
That makes sense to me.
I mean, it costs psionic effort, which will, of course, lead to Irene becoming permanently fatigued.
Speaking of fatigue, everyone is completely healed of all their wound boxes. Remove all debility if you had it. Get rid of all psionic fatigue. And we already did this in the pregame, but Alicia and Irene dropped their temporary corruption by 1, leaving Irene scot-free, and Alicia still has 1 corruption. So, what have you guys been doing for the last 3 months, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. You guys have obviously been pursuing your goal of understanding the connection between psionics.
Jakin.
Yeah.
What have we been doing for the last 3 months?
Glad you asked. So you did a lot of initial work in a lab on the Kippy, but you have decided that in order to really get out there, you need to study hyperwinds and black holes, and that's what you've been doing. You guys have been visiting all the black holes in the gaps, and you've also been using probes to chart the ebb and flow of the hyperwinds that run through the gaps. And you've learned that the gaps is just silly with hyperwind trails. Paths, rivers, hyperwinds, currents. Yeah, that works too.
Currents. I like currents.
So we find you after 3 months of this endeavor at Quo 6564, which is the last black hole you guys have been studying. When you arrived at Quo 6564, you were briefed by your Nacippe allies that there is a deep space station, Dubkey 4, that is in a wide orbit around Quo 6564. This is an Empyrean station, which means it was built by the old Sol Empire, also known as Imperia. And that means its technology is super advanced. No one understands it. And at this point, anything of value has been removed, and all the remaining Empyrean technology is completely useless. However, it does allow it to maintain an orbit around a black hole without any problems, so long as the technology holds up. Since no one knows how it works, could go any minute. That being said, about half of the space station's interior mass is dedicated to a old research base, which many believe was the original design, was to study this black hole back in Imperia. It has been converted out, just like the rest of it, for modern use, and it is called the Jainza Research Base. The people that run Dubkey 4 are not part of the Fire Expanse community. In fact, they represent a few species that are not seen anywhere else in the Fire Expanse, and Dubkey 4 claims ownership by a faction beyond the borders of the Fire Expanse. This being a far-flung outpost run by a particularly interesting creature. His name is Wodun, and he is a Pa Lorzo. Pa Lorzo are... This is probably the first Pa Lorzo you've ever met, or you've probably never even heard of him until you met Wodun. But Pa Lorzo are these they're kind of like reverse caterpillars. They start off in the larva form with wings, and then they grow up to be gigantic 12-foot long caterpillars. Their foremost legs can actually extend out into arms, which they usually are kind of upright with these arms coming down, but they can also retract back in to walk on all their legs. And you don't know much about Pa Lorzo, but this Wodun, you have learned that he is exceptionally greedy and more than a little capricious. That being said, Wodun, and by extension Dubkey 4, has a working relationship with the Nacippe, and when you first arrived at Quo 6564, you were able to barter for use of part of the research base Jainza, which has been your base of operations for the past few weeks. What am I missing? What am I leaving out? So more about Dubkey 4. A little less than half of it is abandoned because of power issues, with life support in particular. So, despite that, it's such a large station that it boasts a population in the low thousands. And, of course, Wodun is the governor and is like a de facto dictator, effectively. He claims he works for someone else, but he's very tight-lipped when pressed about who he works for, saying it's none of the Fire Expanse's business. But the general traffic that Dubkey 4 gets from another part of the galaxy are kind of grungy, gruff characters. The kind you would see on, like, Mos Eisley type of. And I think that's going to be all the background information we need before we start today. So we're going to start off with you guys you're aboard the Androla, and you are returning from a day's journey of you did a full orbit around Quo 6564 collecting data, and you are returning to Dubkey 4 to analyze the data. You are expecting a small craft from Nacippe, which is bringing on a new crew member, someone you know, Wesh Bim. Wesh Bim, as you guys know, is an archaeologist, anthropologist, and the fact that the Nacippe Extraplanetary Science Commission is bringing him aboard means he probably has a new lead for you guys to follow up on, revolving around his specialty, because so far you haven't really needed someone of his expertise. They're also bringing in a handful of researchers and auxiliaries to hopefully, if they can work out an arrangement with Wodun, find a permanent research base in Jainza. So yeah, we're going to start with you guys flying in on the Androla. So if you guys want to, take it from there. I don't know if you guys just want to get rolling into what's happening, or if you guys want to take the time to start talking to some NPCs. At this point, your characters know the crew pretty well, but suffice to say, you guys don't. So I don't know how you guys want to handle it. I leave it up to y'all.
I like to imagine Razik talking to Dr. Riza, the biological expert, the biologist, regarding the leading theories about how psionic affects biologics and vice versa, how biologics affects psionics. And I like to imagine that the two are at a point where every so often both their hypotheses are going against each other. Like, biology is disconnected from psionics, even though psionics can affect biology, like fatiguing the user and so on and so forth, but they're not connected. It's more like almost like a spiritual thing, like it's disconnected. So, and then the other is, no, they're connected. Like, you need a physical part to be able to use psionics, and they fight about it. And then at some point, they kind of connect, their theory kind of go into the same hypothesis, and then one of the two goes into the opposite again. And it's a circle that keeps doing that. So every single time there's free time, they're just sitting in either's office and just talking it out constantly, just always flipping over.
Well, the ship isn't big enough for you guys to have individual offices, but I assume you guys are in the lab. You guys have
Sure.
a dedicated lab space. Okay.
I feel a little nervous about this this argument as a Celise who is like totally incapable of accessing psionic ability. I'm like, are they going to cut me open? Are they going to cut me open?
That's actually what I was going to go on. Lucy has just been flatly refusing to let them examine her brain at all. She won't even go near a scanner. She's like, no, screw that.
Like, on one hand, Razik definitely saved my life. And thanks for that, bro. But also, like, you are not allowed to cut me open. And Razik's kind of like, well, if I get the chance to look.
If you get wounded enough and it shows, I might peek.
So one bit of NPC kind of stuff going on is Dr. Plab Shrep, who is an Albish man. He is a cyberware engineer, and his goal is to help in that department as needed. But so far, there hasn't been a project to make cyberware, and as Elise just stated, they haven't been even allowed to scan her brain. So for the past 3 months, he's been kind of stomping around doing nothing. And so now your security officer is a sim droid named AT4356-R441A-K, or as the crew calls him, A-Track. And Dr. Shrep has been teaching A-Track how to play the Albish version of chess. And they spend many hours in the kind of the... What would it be called? It's not the lounge, is it? It might be the lounge. Anyway.
Rec room?
Not in the rec room, because that's like where you work out.
The rec room's like a gym.
Yeah.
10 forward?
It is called the lounge. Okay, in the lounge, just playing, and yeah. They get on everyone's nerves. Oh, and A-Track, being a sim droid, he is designed with an Albish kind of look-ish. His head, however, is very simplistic. It's basically a rectangular box with a single, camera, aka eye, and a small hollowed out voice box that doesn't even light up when he talks. And that's it. The rest of his body is shaped like an Albish male, albeit maybe slightly more bulky to accommodate his armor and all that. And unlike say Doc, he has far less of a personality as far as his speech patterns go. He sounds more like Slag, but instead of doing like canned voice lines the way Slag does, he just kind of has this robotic monotone whenever he speaks. And he being because he's designed masculine, but obviously it doesn't have a gender.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm still not, because I'm still like trying to figure out the names of the crew personally, not Hyper West. I think he would very much be like, all right, I know all of your names now, and I also know what your family is like. And blah, 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 blah. But I think also having a crew this large is a little awkward for Hyper West, who very much does not want to be in charge so much as he wants to help his friends in anything with anything they might need.
Especially since it's run very hierarchical.
Yeah, there is an obvious hierarchy. Yeah. And on top of that, he is Hyper West's firm belief is that like the person who leads in a situation is the person who knows the most about, like, has the most experience and wisdom and education in that thing you are doing. So he's kind of like, I have the literal least amount of knowledge on this, and I'm in charge. So I think he'll like refer to first officer a lot. Like, is that how y'all want to do it?
And I think at this point, Obote has kind of like gotten into his role of basically being in charge. In almost everything but title, he's basically in charge. He doesn't give instructions to the four of you because you guys are, kind of your own little clique. Okay, I should mention, in addition to the sim droid, everyone on the ship is Albish, because Nacippe is almost entirely Albish, except for 2 people and the sim droid. The chief navigator is Alessandro Rojango. He is a Zodkor. Zodkor are darker complexion humanoids. They look very human-like, but they have horns on their head. I think it's like in 2 ridges like that, almost like a double mohawk of horns. They're known for their adaptability and survivability, and they have a clan structure that has survived since their homeworld. You are either part of a Zodkor clan or you are not, and that's a big deal. Rojango is part of a clan, if it matters. And then the other one is the most I don't want to say most interesting, but has the most interesting reason for being present, because her species is not native to Nacippe. She was a external hire onto the Extraplanetary Science Commission, and she is Dr. Blenda Tagar. She is a female Brodon, and Brodon are very crude, not known for being very intelligent, and Tagar, Dr. Tagar, knows this and carries it like a crude, rude person would. She is constantly trying to assert herself and prove how smart she is, and she is incredibly brilliant, but she doesn't make friends. She expects everyone to see a Brodon first and not a doctor, and so she kind of has a chip on her shoulder about it, and she's very brusque with everyone. And yeah, that's Dr. Blenda Tagar.
A scientific genius that isn't very personable and doesn't come across well socially. We have no idea how to deal with that.
Yeah. Her job is she has a doctorate in hyperdrive technology and astrophysics. So she's there if you guys can enter Hyperwinds. She's good there to work on your engines.
Oh,
no. Oh no.
Ooh. I'm assuming she and Irene
butt heads
regularly.
Okay.
Butt heads.
Oh, and on the crew billet, Irene is listed as chief engineer, but obviously Irene and Razik are heading up the entire intellectual side of the endeavor, for lack of a better term.
I like to picture Razik as proposing hypothesis as problems comes up or as new avenues of research props up, but rarely has much to add to it and leaves it to others to bring in their expertise in their respective fields. And then he kind of tacks on as if he was part of the idea because he brought it on. You see what he means? Because he's an excellent doctor and refused to admit that he might lack knowledge in other areas that are not related to medicine.
Oh, we're learning something about
Shut
Relic.
up,
He's
Bill.
kind of a dick.
A little bit, yes.
A little bit, yeah. So what you're saying is we've all had Relic as a boss at some point in our lives.
Or on a group project.
Yeah.
I feel like I was Relic on many group projects. I ain't gonna lie. Not gonna front. All right, so we've established then that we've gotten some pretty lackluster data from the black holes.
Well, you don't
so
know.
Far.
Well, you've gotten data, but you haven't had any actionable, something you can work with.
We haven't had any aha moments.
Nor have you run into any, as you guys call them, Citadel ships. Which, if you had, that would have been an adventure.
Right. We wouldn't have time jumped that.
Yeah. Oh, did I mention 2 weeks ago you guys just saw it? No. Yeah, I know since we just did a time jump and we're in an entirely different environment, there's probably going to be some adjustment for you guys. So just ease into it. We're not in any rush.
Bumper sticker on the back, I break for plot devices.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to imagine just explaining the chore wheel to these people.
Fucking chore wheel. It's as far as Irene is concerned, the chore wheel is a thing of the past. We are senior staff.
I feel like the chore wheel is the one place that Hypoist and Obote, they come together on.
Absolutely. I think maintaining the ship, especially maintaining the ship as a community, can better establish morale. So it's not necessarily that the chore wheel has disappeared, but instead there are arranged chores and you switch out which crewmate you do that chore with depending on the day. Kind of like a rotating, like in a Japanese classroom when the students have the day that they are the ones who wipes off the chalkboard. It's about improving relationships so that we all know we can trust each other, and we also take care of what we have. We learn to respect our belongings.
And I like to picture that at some point Hypoist caught Relic eating a dried out ration, and Hypoist was like, but wait, the score wheels, the chores wheels, we've assigned people that never miss a beat. They haven't missed filling up the water tank. Why are you still eating dried out ration? And Relic is just like, well, it's at this point I got used to it. I kind of like them this way now.
He's the person who eats the ramen without cooking it, just eats the pasta block and then snorts the powder.
I don't think I've ever snorted the powder, but I have absolutely shaken the powder in the bag with
and then
the dry
just crunched
ramen and eaten it that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
The salt intake is insane.
Relic would find Irene is making progressively more common visits to sickbay, complaining of of headaches or an upset tummy when the chore assignments put her with basically anyone but the three of you.
And I want to make it canon that Relic should see the trend, but does not, and is becoming even more worried about Irene. He's concerned. Something's wrong with Irene and he can't find out, and it pisses him off.
Well,
no, she could just say it's the psionics.
Yeah. Well, Alicia and I were practicing, and now I have, it feels like my eyeballs want to bleed. Please help me, doctor.
So you have told them you're psionic now? I wasn't sure if you had yet.
Yeah, at this point, over the 3 months of working on it and whatnot, I figure it probably had to come up at some point.
Plus, you got 12 other people, and there's not a whole lot of privacy on this ship.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
In fact,
she's having highball pain. So obviously there's a link between psionics and biological matter. And you're saying it's not like that makes no sense. Sorry, Irene, just give me 1 sec. That makes no sense. Okay, back to you, Irene.
I'll just take the aspirin and go lay down in the dark.
I also want to point out that per the bunk assignments, Irene is sharing a room.
And I saw that.
I'm sure Irene is not happy about that.
Yeah, saw that. Fortunately, it's with someone that she probably would slightly get along with.
It's with the biologist?
Yeah. As long as the biologist is of the correct intellectual foundation that Exalvi are genetically superior.
Well, she has almost no social backbone, so she'll probably just go with whatever you say.
Yeah.
And if you ever need to borrow her clothes, she just gives it to you without even complaining, or like, hey, can I borrow your brush? Oh, actually, she wouldn't have a brush. She's Albish. They don't have hair. Yeah. So like, she just kind of rolls over for Irene at every opportunity.
Yeah. Anybody going into those particular quarters will notice that she has her bed, and everything else is Irene's.
That sounds right.
And Irene has claimed it all by marking her territory with discarded clothing.
Yeah, that tracks.
And oil spots. All right, so no actionable data yet.
Right, but you're hoping that this latest pass might provide some,
Right. Well, and then meeting up with Wesh, hopefully they have something because I assume we've been sending our data back, and they've also been perusing it as we have been out here.
You guys, see, for 3 months, 3 months into gaps, you guys have routinely returned to Nacippe to make progress reports and consolidate data and all that.
Okay. So they probably do have something. So Irene's probably fairly excited to see Wesh again. First thing she'll ask is, has there been any sign of Doc?
Oh, well, when you guys meet up with Wesh, you can ask him.
Lucy's the head of R&D, but Lucy's kind of like, do you want me to psychically read it? That's about all I can do here. I'm probably being badgered constantly by Hyperwinds to just go get the brain scan.
No, I think Hyperwinds is in like an awkward position because he's not really interested in captaining the ship in a formal way. So he's like leaving that to Obate, right? But he doesn't want to be useless. So instead, he's just constantly checking in with people, and not like in an obnoxious way, but being like, are you okay? Is there anything going on? So he spends most of his time like resolving conflicts between someone and Irene, and or resolving conflicts with someone else and the
Brodon.
Yeah. What's her name?
Blenda.
Dr. Tagar.
Dr.
Tagar, yeah.
And she's very insistent you refer to her as Dr. Tagar.
And also, what I was going to say earlier when Irene was like, oh, I would hate her. I'm sure you would. I think Hyperwest would immediately be like, oh, you poor thing, and befriend. So that's sure to create a strong conflict.
Yeah, I'm sure that Irene and Tagar have a lot in common, and that makes them hate each other even more.
Yeah. And then I think Hyperwest would be another thing in common, which would be great. Where he's like, oh man, I just want to respect. I respect Dr. Tagar so much for really striking into a field and representing herself, even when other people might not believe in her. And Irene's over here like, well, nobody should.
Good reason for that. She's a dum-dum.
So I think mainly he's doing that. I'm hoping in a way that he's beloved, if not a little weird.
Okay.
It's called HR.
Hyposed resources.
Oh. Irene refuses to participate because it's human resources and humans are inferior.
No, it's HyperWest. It's HyperWest resources, but he like does the whole little puppets, talk out the feelings. Make sure whenever you talk about people, don't attack, but say I felt like, yeah, whole thing, the whole thing.
Hand puppets are the answer to everything.
And you're surrounded by people with doctorate degrees who are just not into it.
Yeah, but he's likable.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So you guys dock aboard Dubkey 4. And as your teams are starting to, move all the data into storage devices to transfer into your lab, you get a call from what's his name exactly? I want to say it wrong. I want to establish Wodan. He requests a meeting in his office with Hypoist. I mean, obviously Hypoist can bring the rest of you along too.
Would I feel like it would be necessary to bring everyone along, or is this kind of like we've docked the ship, what's a catch up thing?
Most of the time, Wodan has had meetings with you since your initial one. It has been pretty superfluous. He likes to be important, so he wastes time.
I don't think I would bring everyone because I'd just be like, oh, it's okay, I'll handle this one, guys.
Okay. So, Hypoist, you make your way through the winding corridors. I mean, since it's Empyrean design, there's nothing really inefficient about its layout. But I'm sure the inhabitants have screwed that up with, stuff in the way and add-ons. So you make your way through the winding halls to Wodan's office, which is formerly a sort of observatory. It's like this large room with a transparent dome where you can see the stars, and he has an opulent desk with statues made of gold. And Paul Orzo, you've learned, don't really have like clothes, but he has just an obscene amount of jewelry. Each of his stubby little legs has a golden bracelet on it. He has not one but 2 necklaces. And whenever you come into his office, his 2 arms are always doing something busy, but you've figured out by now that he probably doesn't do anything. He just wants to look important. And he turns to you, and with his kind of like his mandibles, kind of clicks them together, and goes, "Oh yes, Captain Sanguilin, I'm so glad you could make it. How was your journey towards the black hole? Please have a seat. You're muted.
Do you have anything to drink? Would you like? I can get up and pour myself if you have a decanter. Or...
No. He claps twice, and the floor opens up, and a butler robot, pops up and immediately heads over to one side of the office where he's basically has his own private little mini bar. Have anything you like?
Yes. Whatever. Just what? Something sweet, I guess. I don't know. I didn't expect that to work. Yes, the travel to the black hole, we didn't meet any complications. I have a full report I can hand over to you, but you don't want a full report on this. Nothing's happened.
He smacks his mandibles together and goes, that's where you're mistaken. You see, we have recently been exploring some of the abandoned regions of Janja, and we have made an interesting discovery that has prompted me to seek investment inside the research base. And I am keenly interested in what you're working on, Captain Sanguilin.
what is the matter of research? Because whenever we had found the abandoned vessel, which was the start of our kind of research experience with the Nacippe Interplanetary, I forgot, blah, 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 blah. Whenever we had first begun our research, we had found some information from a abandoned ship, which had been, as you know, and I'm sure as you've heard a billion times, we love to tell this story, but as you know, it had been discovered by the Reaper Syndicate. And I am wondering how they found it. Have y'all made do you know if anyone's made any headway on that?
He smacks his mandibles together in 3 clicks, and he goes, I don't know anything about your fire experience. My inquiries extend elsewhere, as you know. I don't even know who this Reaper Syndicate is. Sounds pedantic. And he clicks his mandibles again, together again.
They are a somewhat criminal enterprise that would be below your station here.
The butler robot brings you your drink.
I swirl it.
Okay.
Like this. But don't do anything else with it.
And the butler also brings, comes up with this kind of like this branch of leaves, and they're like these thick, kind of juicy looking leaves, and he's plucking it off and feeding it to Lodun, who's like keeping one compound eye on you as you like...
I am horrified.
I remember this guy's like 12 feet long, so he's just kind of like this huge mass of bug.
Yes, what else was there to address about the because I can send the full report of the black hole research, but I had a feeling you had something to say about the...
Oh, we've scanned that damn hole dozens of times since I've been here. I'm more interested in why you are interested in the black hole. You guys have been very tight-lipped about your research here, and I am interested. In fact, I would like not only would I like to know what you're doing, but I would like to get involved on a financial level.
Well, you know, part of why we tend to be quote-unquote tight-lipped about our research, I fucking hate this, is because of the reputation of certain individuals here, which all boils down to fire expanse politics. But also we have very particular standards for where funding comes from. So if you wanted to apply to fund the research that we are doing, we would need some more details about where those funds come from or how they are earned. You know, pretty standard stuff, non-cruelty, cruelty-free, no testing on non-sapient species who cannot consent. We do not accept money from terrorists, including, but not limited to, government funding. And then we also do not accept funding from anyone who uses, sells, trades, or profits from slaves. So that's going to limit some of the things. But I'm sure you're all in the clear. We'll just need a report.
He smacks his mandibles together, this time noticeably slower. He goes, well, how do we go about proving that? Just like a written, I promise I don't do anything unscrupulous?
Oh, or just either I and my team could do a overview of the books to make sure the money isn't coming from places unscrupulous, or if it comes down to manufacturing, we'll do a tour of the facility and interview some of the employees to determine the overall health and well-being of the
He reels back and smacks his mandibles together rapidly. He goes, well, maybe let's not rush into things.
Oh, yes, I understand. The rules can be quite strict, but ultimately it pays off. The purpose of our research is to better the common people and provide resources which would be at no cost to the common man, Shared values, you can understand.
I understand. Well, I was hoping we could perhaps come to a more beneficial arrangement, a little less scrutinous. He smacks his mandibles together. Well, perhaps your time here aboard my space station will just be a fleeting moment in time, one that will yield me no more benefit than the exchange that you've given me for renting my space. Who knows? You may have to leave sooner than you expected. Never know what you fire expanse people are up to. He contemplatively smacks his mandibles together.
Oh, well, I doubt the influence of our research will leak out of the fire expanse in any real way, since it's so closely related to the politics of the fire expanse, the Saltrosi Empire, the Sphere Mandate, the Crest League, working together with them into the gaps. Before we were doing this research, being involved in some way with the Wild Cluster to do some freedom work and do some...
Oh, yeah. Well, don't let me keep you. Thanks for checking in with me, Captain Sanguilin. If you don't mind, it's lunchtime.
Hypo still set his full drink down on like a side table and be like, "Thank you very much. It's delicious," and walk out.
Oh, one last thing. You may notice some minor power fluctuations. We're trying to bring some sections of the research base back online, and it's a bit of a doozy.
Indeed. And then he'll leave.
You leave just before as you exit through the door. The last thing you hear is him slurping down a big fat leaf.
Hypoist is immediately going to find Irene.
Rizik is glad he doesn't have to assist these meetings, especially with the leaves thing.
Oh, the leaf thing.
Where I don't like the sound of people eating ever, or myself eating for that matter.
That's why you only eat when you're wearing sensory deprivation gear. Yeah, makes sense.
Look, Blenda, I'm going to say this one last time. We are not altering the intake ratio on the Port Nacelle. You are going to throw this completely out. I don't know. Don't look at me like that.
God, Irene, are you free? I'm just gonna I'm gonna blow my top.
What? Actually, I'm setting out your tokens for a battle map if you guys want to give me a second here.
Don't.
I'll do a quick BRB.
Don't touch. Yes, Captain, how can I help you?
Yeah, Hypo is just walking through the ship. He had put on a little dinner jacket and he's dropping it on the floor and kicking stuff out of the way to try and find out where Irene's hanging out. Opens the door to her bunk, not in there. Has to push the clothes out of the way to close the door.
You guys aren't on the ship. You're in your part of the base. Yeah.
Okay, but still just wandering everywhere. Irene, I'm gonna blow my top. This is I'm so tired of this.
Look, I have to go deal with the captain, but I swear on all the ancestors, if you touch that port nacelle, I will airlock you.
She glares down at you and goes, "You'll try."
Puff up at her and turn on my heel and go stalk down Hypoist where he's clearly not seeing her, even though they're probably making a scene.
Okay, I'm gonna whip you guys over to a big old map.
Oh,
Why am I on there twice?
Are you? I may have been using your token for Oh, I put down Elise twice instead of putting down Hypoist.
Yeah,
There
I don't
we
do
go.
it. There we go. Irene?
Yes, Captain.
There you are. Jeez, I've been looking everywhere. I'm so tired of this ladder and pecking order, people pushing other people around and demanding stuff because they're in charge or have seniority. God.
I can't select my token. So Irene is just going to stand in place. Make Hypoist come to her. What?
Says you're the owner.
What now?
You might need to refresh.
Don't. Just don't.
What is Caterpillar guy's name again?
Well done.
Well done.
He pities all the fools.
He's the one who done it.
Can you do it now, Vegas?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Hypoist is gonna like kind of pace in place and be like, God, I had to go do that meeting with Wodan, and obviously I didn't want to like drag everyone else into it because it's not like he does anything. And it's not like I do anything either.
He is such a slug. And that's not even like commenting on his physiology. Like he's just a slimy.
He was eating
gross.
He was eating a snack in the middle of our like how rude. Also, just how rude. But goodness, even on the look, I am enjoying befriending so many people and the expanding the social circle of time on the ship, especially whenever we're out in space. Like I know that things tended to get tense between just the few of us who are on the ship on the Involucre, but goodness, all of this posturing and bowing and yes captain and no captain, and then everyone else looking to one person to make all their decisions for them. It's like, come on, this is not what our values are. I feel like I'm selling my soul to the industrial machine for funding these days. I just want to go like indie, you know? Why do we even need a label?
I did hyperspace research before it was cool.
Oh yeah, we're researching the connection between Hyperwinds, black holes, and psionic capabilities. You probably haven't heard of it.
And then he was all like, oh, I want to fund you guys. And like, obviously, right, Wodan has a bunch of money, but I'm not going to let him fund us. So I told him he's going to have to do what anyone else would do, which is show us where the money's coming from and make sure it's cruelty-free and look, cruelty-free, vegan. I don't want it to be modified in any way. I don't want to hurt people. And like, I already told him we will not accept money from anyone who uses the labor of, trades, sells, or otherwise participates in slavery and sapient people's trafficking. I wanted to make sure that workers were properly compensated. And you know what he did? He backed out immediately and was all like, I'll kick you off the station. And I was like, yeah, big boy, I want to see you try. And then I dumped the drink on the nice carpet and yelled at him because there's no way he's going to talk to us like that.
So, while I appreciate that you are sticking to your proverbial guns.
No, see, that's why I wanted to talk to you about it, because I knew you would understand that, like, our beliefs can't be bought out, right? Like, we have values, and we're not going to just hand things like the TPP over, and our current research is similar to the TPP, you know? So I knew, like, oh, I'm glad I could get it off my chest.
Yeah, like, I understand, and I empathize with you, but
Are you not gonna have to roll deception?
But she fails. But we do also have to respect the diversity of tactics. And sometimes, in order to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish, aligning ourselves with those individuals who may have a different approach to the cause, they may not even recognize it as the cause, but they may have a different approach, and sometimes their tactics can benefit ours, whether they like it or not. We can't just be turning down every source of funds, because
no, we're not going to
Mama
turn
needs a
down
new pair
all
of shoes.
of them. If, look, I know those graph boots haven't worn out yet. You just want the newest model, and that's fine, but, you know, we're not turning down all funds. We're just turning down funds that are unethical. Speaking of, did you see that article? I saw this article on the space internet about turtles.
Space.
Yeah, you know, on Space BuzzFeed.
Where you get space clickbait.
Yeah. Did you see this? The turtles are dying.
What's a turtle?
Anyway, I'm just glad that I could tell him what for, because there's no way we're accepting dirty money. Like, I mean, that's how.
In his particular case, I agree. Like you don't want. There is no telling what sort of disease you're gonna catch from touching any funds that he might hand us. So, like, ew. But just for future telling off opportunities, let's just reel it in a little.
Look, we're not gonna have a second Tectus situation.
Tectus went well, all things considered. Like, we survived.
Actually,
So
you reminded me that in the 3 months you probably would have gotten news of Tectus, which means you probably want to recant that.
No. Regardless of how things turned out, Irene is adamant that Tectus went well.
Okay, well, shortly after you left Tectus, fingers started getting pointed, evidence started getting thrown around, and there's a corporate war going on Tectus, and it is widely believed that the Saldrosi Empire and the Sphere Mandate are funding opposite sides of this corporate war. So it isn't going great.
No, that's perfect, because now the people of Tectus can see the evil corporations for what they really are.
Okay.
And they can be motivated to rise up against them and
Sorry, I forgot how much I forgot how much I hate Irene IRL. But carry on.
So, you said he threatened to kick us off the station? Like, is that something he can
Nah,
follow
he
through?
doesn't have a spine. That's not something he can actually.
Well, that may be anatomically correct. In metaphor format, we don't know that. Like, have we run across anyone that has dissuaded his advances?
Look, that guy advances at like a centimeter a second. So anyone can jump out of the way of that one. But also, I just feel like, which isn't a statement on like his girth. It is the fact that as many legs as he has, he doesn't go anywhere or do anything. I'm just throwing that out there. But also, he can't strong arm us out of here because, like, he doesn't even care about what we're doing. I told him, like, hey, don't worry, you're not going to care about what we're researching anyway because it's really about freeing the people of the Fire Expanse, and you're, like, not even interested in that anyway.
Do we need revolution?
I mean, obviously we're going to cause a revolution, but, like, we have to cause a interplanetary travel and revolution first. That's like why.
No, I'm talking like in the immediate. Like, does he need to not be here anymore? Is that
Not yet. I mean, like, we would probably arrange for something like that to happen if we wanted, but like, not yet. Probably.
I'll tell you what. You've got a lot on your plate. I'll just go ahead and start putting together some ideas and some thought processes on how to advance that cause, so that when it becomes time, we're prepared to, let him eat cake.
I mean, I just like, even, what was the name of the biologist? Yeah, there we go. I don't think even Dr. Is that Bly, the biologist? Dr. Risa?
Bly, yeah.
Bly. I don't even think Dr. Bly knows anything about like where you could shoot this guy for it to hurt. Like, he's from.
This is probably gonna come as a shock to you. But I've got this handy little thing back on the ship that it doesn't matter where I shoot someone, they get translocated.
Permanently. All right. Well, since you guys have a lull, we can cut over to Elise and Razik.
Well, I don't know, Razik. Would getting the cybernetics like keep your hands steady for surgery? Because I know you have to have steady hands. So how does that affect your nerves there?
Well, he says that cybernetics are like robots, and robots are extremely accurate. So by using cybernetic arms, I would actually become, in theory, more accurate than I actually am right now.
I don't know. The last robot doctor I saw diagnosed someone with dying of sadness after she gave birth to twins. So I don't know if you can trust him.
But then there's also the question of the cognition enhancer accelerator, which on paper sounds amazing. But then we get into the uncanny territory of a brain chip, essentially, that makes not decisions, but almost decisions for you. And, I've read on the internet, like...
There's no internet!
A friend on Facebook.
No!
And he says that, like, the government's trying to mind control us through brain chips, and, like, I'm not sure about putting one because of that reason.
Hyperwinds is 100% worried about being tracked by, like, the Sphere Mandate or the Saldrasi Empire through, like, cybernetics. 100%.
Okay, but the problem with a brain chip is then you lose your gut instincts. You don't want to lose your gut instincts. That almost makes you you.
Well, you say that, but I don't really listen to my gut instincts. I tend to mull over the decision until I come to the most rational, most logical, and only possible decision.
Yeah, I was about to say, Asricians don't really do gut.
Well, then in your case, that might actually help. I don't know, though.
Do Asricians do good?
Asricians
Sorry, what?
Are very slow to act. They take time to think about things.
I was making a bird joke.
Oh.
They have a gullet.
Yes.
I feel it in my gullet.
Well, thank you for your input, Elise. Like, it's really appreciated. I've been thinking over this for like the past 2 months, and I still haven't come to a reasonable decision. I kind of want to talk to Irene, but Irene does not really listen to what I say, like my concerns. Instead, she goes like, "When do we install it?" I'm like, "No, I don't have it yet. I'm thinking about it."
You hear a voice coming from the hall. That's what she said. And you turn to see Wesh, accompanied by a half-dozen Albish.
Oh, hey, Wesh.
I can't believe I hate Weshna.
He's like, "Hey, long time no see, you two."
Hey, familiar face.
I was just gonna go, hey, Irene, there's someone here you want to see.
Should I hide?
Honestly, I'm not sure the answer to this question.
Neither am I.
I mean, Irene's gonna move towards them. As soon as she sees Wesh, just like charge him with a, "Has there been any sign of him yet?"
Okay, well, last time we talked, you were kind of emotional. And you seem really attached. So I kind of left this thing out. But now I'll tell you, because I'm sure by now you've recovered from the loss of the program known as Doc. Listen, I have his personality matrix. Like, I made it myself. And I have it right here. He grabs, like, a device on his belt and kind of wiggles it a bit. You could just build him a new body. But I thought it'd be more fun if he was my assistant. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to, like, give him new skills. So, it's still Doc.
Is Irene gonna Cortana Doc?
Maybe.
That would be like the opposite of Cortana and Master Chief. The talking voice in your head is like, "Let's kill shit!"
Oh my god, I can imagine fucking Irene integrating Doc into the ship's AI, and whenever you call the ship to do something for you, like, "Hey, ship, could you, like, summon me a ration?" It's like, "Oh, sure thing, bro." It's like, no.
I need you to get out of my head because that is immediately what I thought when Wesh was like, "I've got his personality matrix."
So the other doctors kind of like or nod to you guys, and there's a second half of the research area. They start heading over there with all their crates and stuff. They're like, "We're gonna go ahead and get set up and make ourselves at home."
Oh yes, please.
So anyway, you guys are probably wondering why I get to hang out with you guys again. You know, the last time we hung out, it was really crazy.
That'll happen.
I am still writing my my book. You know what I mean?
I thought you were gonna say your will.
No, I write that every time I hear your name.
You shouldn't. I'm here.
Well, I've got news. I hope it's good news. It's good news for me. I mean, I love getting out in the field. Y'all know that. You ever heard of the planet Y'all?
The planet Y'all? Is that a planet that belongs to everyone? Like, it's the
we-
Y'all planet?
No, like
We speak
I was gonna ask
the
if it was the
Queen's
Texas, the
English?
system of Texas.
It's you all.
No, YAL, y'all, the planet y'all.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a planet in the gaps. It's kind of like... It's kind of cool, right? It's like exploding in real time, but like super slow. And the Nacippe Extraplanetary Science Commission has been confused as to how a planet can explode so slowly. And we figured it out. Thanks to y'all's research, actually.
Well, please explain, because now I'm confused.
Okay, well, one of our science ships went over there. You know, you guys have been asking for more data on Hyperwinds. And because one of your probes came out next to y'all, and you guys were here, we sent one of our ships over there. And it turns out that the reason why the planet is exploding is because about 22% of its mass is inside a hyperwind. And, for whatever reason, that bit of hyperwind occasionally crosses into our reality, causing the planet to break apart.
But only bits at a time.
Right, and for whatever reason, the planet hasn't just completely collapsed. It's just getting chipped apart. That led us to do a planetary survey, and we found the best part, which is also why I'm here. In the exact opposite direction of where the hyperwind is an Empyrean ruin.
There are so many questions. Like, when did the hyperwind form? How long has it been exploding? Why didn't we know about the Empyrean ruins sooner? Like, what?
Yeah, and it just happens that one pole is a Hyperion ruin, and the other pole is where the planet's coming to pieces. Yeah, so that's what we're doing now. You know, let's go over there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna leave these doctors to whatever the hell they're doing, you know, nerd shit, and we're gonna go check out y'all.
Fucking nerds.
Wesh.
Yeah. What's up?
Just so I situate myself in this whole situation, the Nacippe, this expedition, let's put it this way, is to land on a planet that's getting disintegrated slowly by hyperwinds to explore a ruin, which we may not know how it works, if we get stuck in it. Is that the...
Well, last time we hung out, we well, mostly you guys. I don't want to take credit. You guys killed an entire Seldrosi Spec Ops team while you're on board a derelict hurtling towards a black hole. So, more of the same?
Finally! Something fun!
Okay, I see your point. The scale is slightly different, but I see your point. I'll mull it over.
No mulling, get on the ship, let's go.
Rise, you say that, Elise, as if on cue. The lights in your research facility go out, and emergency lights kind of flicker on. And you guys hear...
Oh, by the way.
Yeah? No, we're committed now.
No, I was saying Hyperwest was about to be like, oh, by the way, the power's gonna go out, but be interrupted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you hear your crew members in the the technical area start like, what the hell? And you hear Rao, who is your data analyst, just start. He's inside a room, and you guys can hear him swearing from all the way over here.
So I was maybe warned that the power is going to go out. Wesh, do you want to leave like right now?
I mean, is everybody ready to go?
They
I feel like
damn
Ro
well
forgot
better
to
be.
press save.
You guys want to go check on your team members? Because in addition to
Yeah.
y'all, there's 4 members of your crew here.
Yeah, we should probably get them on the ship. I go start looking for Ro because he's cursing.
Right, sorry, Ro, his last name is Zenyab. I did last names for the tokens. So Zenyab would be him.
Yeah. Let's go, nerds.
Where's Zenyab?
Zenyab bursts out of the room he was in, swearing in multiple languages, before he finally says, "Do y'all know I lost everything just now? Everything! Gotta start over."
Save more often.
By everything, you don't mean like you lost it, like everything you were working on you lost, but all
Like
of
half
the
an hour
data
worth of
is-
note taking. The data, of course, is still there.
Okay. Well, looks like you got more notes to take. Come on, nerds.
We have received an assignment. So let everyone know Captain's orders is get on the ship and prepare for departure.
Tagar says, "Is that like orders or just like a suggestion?"
Well,
I
I
will
suggest
punch
you
you in
do
the
it if you don't want to be left here, but obviously it is up to you. You have free will. You're not a slave.
Dr. Shrep says, Captain,
Yeah?
I can't... Communications don't seem to be working.
What don't seem to be working?
Communications, I can't seem to call the ship.
Oh, right, because of the whole power thing.
I guess. I don't know why it would be interfering with our ship comms.
Well, I had assumed he was
EMP?
like he was doing the call out from his own from something.
Right, but now
Power here.
he's said that he's using y'all's comms and it's not working.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the planet or ours?
Yeah, we're not at the planet yet. How can he be using the planet's comms?
The space station's comms.
We're just giving you a hard time.
Y'all are the worst.
The planet or
There's a power surge and Razik dies.
oh no!
Those
Time
damn
to roll.
cybernetics.
For those of you not intimately familiar with TTRPG subculture, that is the sci-fi equivalent of rocks fall and everyone dies.
Yeah, that tracks. All right. Suddenly a whole bunch of red lights that you guys didn't know existed start flashing. The doors leading out of this area slam shut and lock. And
Because of
a
course they
pre-recorded voice starts broadcasting over a sound system you didn't know was working. And it says, Containment breach. All personnel remain calm and secure yourselves at your workstations. Only crisis response teams are clear to move to the facility. Repeat, containment breach. And then it repeats that whole thing twice more.
I turn to Hypoist and go, you know, my blades can make quick work of this door if you want me to.
Are we a part of the emergency teams?
I don't care.
What's the station supposed to contain?
And why did it breach?
We should really get to our ship.
Yeah.
Okay, well, everybody together and let's stick together.
Irene, come on. Wish. Tagar. Watching them all huddle up and move is really funny.
Okay, so
That door
Does
closes.
everyone have a buddy?
let's hope that whatever is being not contained right now is not something we need to defend ourselves against, because I did not expect to be in a fight.
From the far side of the room, you hear echoing thuds from where you last saw the new team that just arrived.
Were they on the other side of that door?
They were over here.
They were somewhere over here.
Yeah.
Well, Lacey's gonna go check it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand like halfway as they move forward. I'm just gonna.
All right, these two doors here are kind of like closing and halfway and then opening again. However, seeing past them, you see one of the doctors on the ground.
Like one of our doctors?
Yeah, one of the new doctors that just showed up. Okay.
Damn it.
Zeke, we may have an emergency situation here.
Is the thudding still happening?
No. It was like three or four of those studs and then nothing, maybe more. It was kind of hard to. Again, you were just kind of hearing an echo off of the bulkheads.
Irene's gonna hang back with Hypos.
I have my vibro chakram out.
Okay.
And they're opening and closing, right? So we can slip past them or just keep them open?
Yeah.
I'll try
you guys
to
can walk through
open them.
with relative ease. Like,
Okay.
you'd have to like time it, but you can jump through and yeah. All right, Elysian Razik. Of the half dozen personnel that came with Wesh, you see 5 of them butchered across the room. There's blood all over the wall and floor.
What about
Like
the
right
sixth
here?
one? That
You don't see the 6th one.
okay?
Well, actually, you might. Yeah, you see a figure cowering behind this window.
I whisper to Elise, like, over there, I see someone, and I point in that direction, Elise.
Can I get up there?
Yeah, you can just like climb up the crates.
Okay. Wee.
He's like hiding just below the window, and you can kind of hear a whimpering sound. Don't kill me!
Whoa! I'm on your team. What happened?
I don't know. The power went out, and I came in here to see what was going on. Next thing I know, I just hear a bunch of. I hear a scream, and then our security guy, his gun started going off, and I looked through the window, and I saw something.
Checking something.
Okay, and while you do that, Hypoist, you and Irene are waiting back. Your ship's comm keys up, and you hear investigatory. No, that's not the right. That is not a real word.
Investigative?
And yes, investigative. This is A-Track, looking for Captain Sanguilin.
Go for it, A-Track.
Relieved. We have re-established communication.
Yeah, it's beautiful to hear your sultry, dulcet tones.
Annoyed. Do not patronize me. What is your status?
I'm just being friendly. We've gone over this. Status unknown. There are fallen individuals investigating now. I am further back providing covering fire in case of violence. I will keep you updated. We do need to get the ship off base as soon as everyone is on board. Understood?
Informative.
And hearing Hypoest saying like we've got people down, Rizik's gonna say no definitive casualties.
I want Can I probe this guy to see what he saw? Like, can I ask him permission to do that and like maybe have an easier time of it than I normally would because I'm asking him permission to see what he saw?
Yeah, I think so. And while you do, A-Track is going to say, informative. The Jinja section of the space station has been completely locked down. We are being told to keep our distance.
By whom?
Station authority.
Let's be really particular. Is there a name to the authority here?
Speculative. I assume well done. Yeah, go ahead and get a +1 step, Elise. There's nothing in the book for it, so 1 step with him being like, okay, go for it. 9?
Wow, even with a +2 step, it's not it.
Okay. Unfortunately, he's just so panicked and scared. You just kind of for a moment sense, like, reciprocate his apprehension internally, and that's enough to kind of make you end the connection reflexively.
I have another question. Since I now have my side blades as concealable, can I keep them quote unquote concealed at all times?
Yeah, as long as you're wearing clothes.
I do that then. But now I'm gonna come back out here to Hypois, and my hand is hovering nearer to the side blade than it was before. And I'm just kind of like, I can't get a read on what happened, but whatever it was clearly happened fast. And this guy's terrified. We need to get him back to our ship if we can.
Cautiously optimistic. Are you authorizing a aggressive extraction, Captain?
You can be fully optimistic, A-Track.
Delighted. Affirmative. I shall prepare my weaponry.
More like HK track.
I just had a moment where I was imagining Doc as our ship's AI and just trying to imagine the ship trying to drink.
Oh, poor Doc.
You almost killed me.
All right, everybody. I've got A-Track coming for an extraction. We need to get all personnel in a relatively unified place. This is going to be that place, I think.
Recognizant. Captain, if you are seeking hostiles, I installed security cameras inside your facility. They should be accessible from any security terminal.
Is that a terminal that's lighting up there?
Where? Oh, that's a light. There's one in here, though.
In one of these doors?
The room I was just in. At least he stepped aside so you can get to it, because... Yeah.
With Hypois saying that we're all gathering up for an extraction, Irene's gonna peek her head back down the hallway. All right, nerds, over this way.
Oh, I don't want to micromanage NPC tokens, but okay, they're following you.
Yeah.
Okay. You find the footage from this area, and you roll it back. There's a brief skip where the power initially went out. But you find the footage from the incident. You rewind to a point where everything looks calm, and you hit play. And you all gather around the console, and you see emerging from the ventilation this narrow-framed humanoid, about 2 meters tall, with no eyes, and I mean no eyes, not even eye sockets, just like a smooth skin above its mouth.
Cool, like a Slender Man thing. Nice.
Yeah, but it has a mouth and nose. Yeah. It's wearing fitted armor, and it emerges from the vents directly behind the single security officer, and snaps his neck with one fluid motion, drawing the security officer's flechette pistol from its holster and begins to just dispatch all the doctors with precise, lethal kills. 1 shot each. It quickly scans the room and then takes the time to grab the magazines off of the security guard's person before retreating back into the vents. And as you guys are all looking at the monitor, from behind you, you hear whimpering the new doctor. He goes, "Yeah, that thing."
I'd be whimpering too, not gonna lie. All right. I feel kind of conflicted. Out of character, I think I really want Alicia to try like psychic history to see if the way it's like moving around is by using psionic ability, but I don't think Hyperwinds would think of it.
Well, I mean, you just spent 3 months, talking about and researching psionic ability. I think it's within reason that Hypos could have that notion.
Like, jump to the conclusion that it would... Yeah.
I was gonna go there anyway, so we're on the same page. At least he was thinking about trying to psychic history in one of these bodies to see if I can get something more.
Okay. The most likely candidate, and you would know this, would be the security guard.
On it.
Okay. Give me a psychic history check. 15, how's that do?
Oh, it's 1 short of an excellent.
Okay, so with an average, you just get like emotions and shit.
Yeah.
Dead. Probably.
No, yeah, considering his neck was snapped.
Not his emotions. He's quite deceased. You sense that the creature that killed this man is almost animalistic, instinctive, killing because it saw living beings. But it did so using tactics. And as you're feeling all these emotions, in your mind, you suddenly feel something seeing you.
Okay, I terminate that connection immediately. Explain to them what you just said, because I'm not so good with words today.
Sure.
And I just kind of wonder out loud, it's like, if it's an animal like this, how is it not killing everything on the station? Also, I think it saw me. So it may be psychic. And now I'm paranoid, just looking at every vent and everything around me.
Okay, and you were like,
Okay.
Chat.
Not that it matters.
Chat says you need NordVPN for your mind.
At the mention of it being potentially psionics, Rizik's gonna say, well, if the video that we've seen makes it having no eyes and it was able to shoot with pinpoint accuracy, it is logical that it most likely used psionic abilities to locate where it is. Like, how to see its surroundings. The fact that it acts like an animal would suggest that it hasn't been... It could be sentient, but hasn't been raised similar that the rest of civilization has. And the fact that it's incredibly hostile would mean potentially weaponry, so It
uses the gun, so it does have some weaponry training.
Yeah, no, but what I think I'm... The logical conclusion of everything we've gathered so far is that this thing is a living weapon.
Alicia, make an awareness check.
Please don't fail it.
I shouldn't, because I get pluses to that, but I probably will.
Just because you said that.
No.
Okay.
Could I also be making an awareness check? Because I'm just kind of like watching everywhere now that we've got everyone here.
Sure.
I'm being defensive, but I don't think I'm looking everywhere. I'm just ready for a fight.
15?
That's an average.
Okay. You momentarily hear something echoing in the vents across the room.
Across the room, like this way, or
over here.
Then first Hypo has to like train the rifle towards there, but also be like, Elise, and nod that way.
Okay, well, because this place I know has cameras, I kind of ready the vibro chakram.
Okay.
I will also look that way.
All right. Razik, since you haven't made one, go ahead and give me an awareness check.
I do not get any bonuses. I don't think so. So it's going to be a straight 20.
Oof.
Nope.
Okay.
I only need a 7, but that's a 2. Every single level I've been raising awareness. Just FYI. And I haven't hit once, I think.
All right, well, hey, Post, you hear echoing off the vents, whatever it is moving across the room above you.
Okay, I think you would just continuously like be on point. What are the like ceilings and walls made of?
Some kind of alloy.
Would like a laser hurt that alloy in any way?
Probably. I mean, you might be able to punch through it, but probably it would take some doing. And this is like, let me go to the objects section and actually give you a mechanical answer. How about that?
It's not a pill laser rifle for what it's worth, but if Irene's got that bad boy on her, she probably should build it.
Okay. We have a section for walls or just... So here we go. This would be a prefab composite. Yeah, you could conceivably punch through it with a laser.
We love to hear it. Then I'm gonna try and like aim so that it's accounting for like its trajectory, but I'm gonna try and punch through it with a laser.
Okay, well, since you don't quite know where it is, I'm gonna give you a -2 step.
Okay. Yeah, that's average. Sorry, I was double checking that it wasn't a what's the word?
Excellent.
Yeah, but I ended up not putting a rank and energy weapon this time. So
okay, so that's a hit. Roll damage.
Yeah. Armor piercing 3, if that matters, but 4.
armor piercing 3 does matter because he gets an extra 4 armor from the wall. Unfortunately, his normal armor. You strike something, but it doesn't seem phased. And it continues to skitter around until it bursts through the wall behind you. And since you're all aware of it, we can go ahead and you're not surprised by it. And let's go ahead and let's try to get through maybe one round of combat here real quick before we go to break.
Damn, we were on point.
We were very
Okay. It got stellar.
I also did.
Did anyone else get stellar?
Just Razik.
Okay.
Yeah, I was one short.
Same.
Just because I want to refresh my memory, I want to know how ties are resolved in this. Okay. It's on the next page. When 2 combatants have the same level of success on the initiative check and they're both taking the first action, it seems to be the highest actual die result goes first. Okay, and if you have the exact same die result, you're supposed to act simultaneously. I'm gonna go ahead and do like D&D rules: players win ties. So it's gonna be Razik, followed by the monster, and then who got excellent? Elise, Caddy, and Irene. Okay.
Yep. And it looks like order-wise...
Hypoist.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hypoist, Irene, Elise.
Okay. Elise. Razik, you're up.
All right, so it's coming down behind who?
You heard some commotion in the office room. You guys were in when you reviewed the security footage.
Oh well, RIP NPC. I'm gonna take. Actually, the NPC is still there, so Razik would kind of want to avoid an unnecessary death. So okay, I'm gonna take a 2 impulse action movement and tag on a dodge, so 3 impulse.
Okay.
2.
Okay. Now moving through a friendly space, they have to take a reaction to get out of your way.
Actually, before we do, no, I wouldn't see it. Okay, so I would say, Hypoist, excuse me.
Hypoist, do you want to do a 1 impulse reaction?
To let Razik in there?
Yeah, I don't see the monster, so Razik's just going to check into the noise. So up to you what you want to do with this information.
Oh, hell no. We're staying back.
Okay, well, Razik will stop there then.
Okay, we'll call it a reposition. So that's a 1 impulse action, and then you're dodging.
2 because I'm dodging.
Yep. All right, monster's turn. It's not gonna do that. That's the wrong word doc. There we go. It is going to just level its weapon and blow away the doctor. Chow. He's toast. Hypoist, you're up.
That glass, is it bulletproof or provide any cover?
Well, no one's tested it yet.
He's not technically too close to shoot.
You don't get penalties, yeah. He's not adjacent. Yeah. You're gonna waste him with your crossbow?
My crossbow?
It's a reference.
Anyway, I'm gonna shoot him with my gun.
It's a great movie.
In space.
Called The Gamers 2 Darkness Rising. about a role-playing group, and one of them is playing a murder hobo, and they meet an NPC, and the player goes, "I wasted with my crossbow," and it stuck it with me. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
That sounds like
just one short of a stellar, but that's fine. $13 energy damage, AP3.
13 energy damage?
1d8 plus 9, baby.
You got a problem with my bad guy? You trying to kill him?
Yeah, actually.
Pretty fucked up. Okay. Well, he does not have a bulkhead between him and you, so he's going to take a lot of damage. And I'm going to draw all over myself with my pen because I thought the cap was off, but it was on. Not smart. Jeebus. Okay. That's going to...
I've been looking at this gun for a long time.
Yeah, pretty severely wounded him there. He emits a low growl. How many impulses was that?
A lot of them. It was 5.
Wow. Yep. Irene, you're up.
Okay, well, shit's going down. Irene was just mostly distracted over here trying to work on the doors.
Yeah, I do recall you mentioning that you don't have the
Correct.
TIDPP
that is on the ship.
On you.
Yep, 100% on the ship. So Irene is going to take a move and dodge action. She's going 1, 3, 4, 5. Back behind Elise.
Okay.
That's
3 impulse?
Yeah, move and dodge 3 impulse, and she's going to kind of start reaching for her side blade.
Speaking of Elise.
Can I see the creature from where I'm at?
Yes, but Hypo is granting cover.
Is giving cover. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm gonna restrain it.
Okay.
That is a stellar success.
Jesus, you've gotten good with the psionics. So I believe it's completely restrained.
Yep, it can take no physical actions at all, and I can move it up to 10 meters if I so choose, but that would literally, like, throw it. Actually, no. I could move it out into the hall where I could see it better, can't I?
Yeah.
Would it still be... Oh, yeah, no, you could.
Do I have a pencil? I need a pencil. Yeah. Do you want to move it?
Yeah, I was trying to get to the ruler, but my microphone was in the way. So I can move it right there.
Okay.
Yep, I'll do that.
And it loses its next action, right?
Yep.
Okay. And that's a 3 impulse? Yeah.
I don't know.
It doesn't say, but I would.
Yeah,
it
doesn't lose its next action. It's just it can't take any physical actions. It's immobilized, but it can, as a 1 impulse action, use athletics to struggle free.
Okay. So it can still resist.
Equal or beat the level of success.
Right.
As long as she's maintaining the restraint.
Right.
But you're distracted while maintaining the restraint.
Yeah. And I believe every turn you have to repeat the check. Yeah. It says until your next action. So yeah, every turn you gotta repeat the check. Okay, Razik, you're up.
Just in case it gets free, I'm gonna do a move to impulse and dodge 3 impulse total.
Okay.
And get next to it.
Okay. So 3 impulse?
Yeah.
Alright, its turn. Razik, since you're adjacent to it, that laser hole that Hypoist put through it closes.
Well, Razik has a dumbfounded look on his face because that's not normal.
And it's going to take that one impulse to make the athletics check. It needs a 10 or higher for... Actually, it has to get a stellar, right? So it's got to roll a natty 20.
Yeah.
It did not. Irene, your turn.
One impulse, interact to draw the side blade.
Okay.
And one impulse modifier to continue to dodge.
Okay. Lisa, you're up. Are you going to maintain the restraint?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, because I'm distracted. What does that give me? Minuses or
No.
not because I'm restraining the restraint?
You would only be distracted until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
And what that means is enemies get a +1 step to hit you when you're distracted.
But since he's the only enemy, I think I'm okay for now. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just maintain it then.
Okay, roll. 9.
That's an average.
Okay, so he's no longer immobilized, and he can still take actions, but his speed is reduced by 50%, and he takes a -2 step penalty on all physical skill checks, and he can't aim, charge, or dodge. Okay, and that was a 3 impulse for you. Okay. The monster has his speed reduced by 50%. Standard movement. Means it move 5 squares game space. Okay, unfortunately for y'all, that means it can do this. It goes boop, boop, skitters up the wall, and smashes through the vents. Hypoist. You can still see it. It didn't have enough speed to get out of its sight, but it is slightly concealed. Yeah, it is your turn.
Nice. I was going to try and react to that, but it's my turn, so I'm going to just shoot at it.
Okay. It does have a -2 step cover from being in the vents. In fact, I can do this. The walls not letting me. There we go. Select this one. Do perception. Limited update. Now, you guys should be able to see through it. Yeah, that's the ticket. Granted, you can see a lot more than I want you to, but that's okay. You can see it in the vents. 9.
I can't see it, but
just short.
Sure.
You sure you can't see it? When I click on your token, you can see it.
Oh, I had to have my token clicked.
Okay, so that's a 5 impulse and a miss.
Yeah, but I also can't see it.
Oh, you might have to refresh because I updated a wall.
Click on your token and move it back.
I was already clicked on my token, so
I just click off and click back on. That should fix it.
There we go.
Razik, you're up.
Well, I'm not following it into the vents, so for now I'm just going to do a total defense.
Okay, that's a 2 impulse action.
Is it 2 or 3?
You're right, it's 3. Thank you. Irene, you're up.
It's in the vents. Shit.
Yeah, I had the same reaction.
Where's the closest console?
Behind Hypoist.
Shit. Too far, in other words.
Yeah.
There is a door right here. Can I reposition and interact?
No, that's 2 different actions.
It's in the vents. Fuck this noise. She's gonna move to the middle of the room.
All right, so move.
Away from events.
Are you gonna evade it?
Yeah, move and dodge. Yeah.
I moved your token. Sorry. At least you're up.
Well, I can still see it, so I'm gonna try and restrain it and pull it back out of that thing, out of that vent.
That's really annoying, but okay.
Damn, I just reduced its movement.
Okay. On its turn, it's going to use its reduced movement to disappear into the bowels of the station. And with combat coming to an end, we are going to go ahead and first of all change this back to no visibility. Oh, no, wait. Normal visibility. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and go to break. So thank you for joining us so far. We've got another. We'll be back at 25 after. I think is a good number. We got another 90 minutes of dire roll Lost Horizon, where they're going to figure out what the deal is with this thing and how to deal with it. So stick around, and we will see you shortly. Okay, we're back. It got real weird right at the end of break there. I'm still recovering.
We can do a recap if you want.
No, that will never
Slow motion
leave.
instant replay.
Oh, good, he's got pants on. I don't think he's on frame when he just walks from hallway to his room, but you never know with toddlers. That keeps me up at night. Is my son gonna, get me in trouble?
Run through the camera without pants? Yeah.
We need to get
really
you a
need
backdrop.
to get you a screen.
We can buy me
Yeah.
a green screen. They're not that expensive. What, $50?
That's expensive. Okay.
I want to buy a laser printer. Compared to the laser printer, it's cheap.
Sure. All right. So that being said, you guys just survived an encounter with a mysterious monster that killed a whole bunch of Albish.
For no real reason.
Are the lights and klaxons still going off?
Yes.
What is through this door? It wasn't locked.
Nope. I'll save you some effort. It's a Y hallway that leads to the other area.
Are there vents down the hallway?
There's vents everywhere.
It's called life support.
Is how you brev.
Since there are vents everywhere, Irene will be maintaining her position in the middle of the room with the side blade drawn and at the ready.
Yeah, I think I want to encourage everyone to stand in the center of the room, ready with those of us who are trained combatants on the outside, and I want to wait for extraction.
Rizik is going to take this. Oh, sorry, what?
Trained combatants on the outside. Irene will be on the inside.
Rizik's going to point out, Ipoest, you had managed to hurt the thing, and it did the exact same thing that Alice is capable of, and it just shrugged it off. Just for future knowledge for everyone.
So we need to hurt it once very well. Got it. We need back on the ship.
Or multiple times, not as very well, but just a lot of it.
Okay, your ship comms key up. Disappointed. Captain, we are unable to reach you. It seems an Empyrean shield is wrapped around the research base, impenetrable by current technology. Dejected, I shall wait at the access port for your return. Hopeful, you will have to sort this out yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Embarrassed. Good luck.
Where is this access port?
Oh, he just means like the hallway.
Like the big hallway?
Yeah, the hallway connecting the lab to the rest of the space station.
He's just out there?
Yeah, but
With
he
the
says
whole ship?
there's an Empyrean shield. No, him A-Track himself is there. The ship
Okay.
is still...
Yeah, let me see what I can do about the shield. I don't wanna.
Captain, do you want me to start using the side blades or leave those where they are?
Has your psionic ability been secret this whole time?
No. It's just I don't use the side blades because it marks me as a Starkeeper.
A Starkeeper, yeah. Didn't you...
As Irene's sitting here all holding hers going, what?
yours does not have the
Yeah,
logo
didn't you
attached.
say you could like reprogram that logo?
I could, but I don't want to.
I mean, I'm not necessarily super worried about being figured out for that, considering like where we are. Especially since it doesn't seem like the people who run the station are overly concerned with fire expanse politics.
Okay. I
That's
have the
a
side
go
blade.
ahead on the sentence.
I now have the side blades in my hands, but not.
But not activated. Cool.
Yeah, Irene, you said there was a console in here?
Yep.
Alright. Irene's gonna go to the console and see if she can't patch into something that'll give her access to the Empyrean shielding.
Okay. Give me a computer check.
No.
Okay. Then you cannot.
Computer. I get 1 step because expert. What kind of penalty because of the Empyrean tech? Oh, the computer's probably not Empyrean tech, right?
No, this is probably
The
like
computer wouldn't.
yeah, modern
Okay.
hardware interfacing with the...
Okay.
Don't you get bonuses for working with Empyrean Tech anyway?
He negates
I
one penalty.
reduce penalties. Yeah. That's a big fucking fail.
Okay.
Is it? Wait, hold on.
6?
Check.
I don't recall you having that high computer, but you did raise your int, so...
Yeah, it's a 9 for a success on.
Okay, well, you cannot find a way to disable the shield. It seems directly tied to the containment breach lockdown. You do see the protocols behind the lockdown. It lists a contained life form has breached quarantine, and that if it is returned to its containment or killed, the lockdown will automatically shut down.
What's its SCP number?
FUCKYOU.
That's not a number, but okay.
It's alphanumeric.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, by this point, I mean, they would have had to start adding. Yeah, okay, that makes. Yeah, so the shield isn't coming down until that thing is dealt with or returned to cell.
Do we know where that cell is?
I can try to find out.
Yeah, make another computer check.
That is an average success.
All right.
On the nose.
You track the containment into the abandoned section of the Janza research base. You basically can pinpoint its location and upload it to your virtual pad, and yeah, but it's in the abandoned area.
Can
No
I
life.
check and see if there are any other active containment units within that section?
You find a list of a half dozen containment units, and
Mhm.
all of them say defunct, except for the one that says breach.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
You also notice that, and obviously Irene has seen these power system relays before. The power you lost was being rerouted to that area. Is being rerouted to that area.
Is being rerouted. So
You also see an alert, but it's behind some obnoxious kind of bureaucracy. So if you've given me another computer check, you can get past all this kind of password protection and whatnot. And
we will attempt that.
Jesus, did you? That's
Yeah.
a stellar success.
I can't roll better than that.
Okay. You learn that a significant amount of power was drained seconds before the containment breach. As in, like, it was rerouted to that area and then sucked out of the spaceship. I mean, space station. And then the containment breach occurred. You also learn that the power was rerouted from a different part of the Zhenja research lab, the part that is run by Wodan's scientists, for lack of a better term.
So, after relaying all of that, are we in armed revolt mode now, Captain?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, we're gonna kill him with ASMR.
That's a serious psychic damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, as soon as Irene starts reading out about like the energy stuff, I'm like, this is the excuse I needed.
Okay. This next part is, how should I'm playing around with some of Foundry's unique toolset, and I bootstrapped a module, so performance may vary, and if it gets too bad, I can fix it on the fly.
Now I'm super excited. What are we doing?
It's gonna be dope.
There's gonna be like flashing lights and musicals and
one of those things is accurate. So did the four of you start heading into the abandoned sections?
Yar.
So a limited amount of life support has been pumped into this area. Right. So even without vacuum suits, though, you guys can breathe. But if you strain yourselves, you'll be making endurance checks or suffer debility from lack of oxygen. Except for
endurance. The one thing I wanted to put a point in, maybe decided not to.
Except for Hyperwinds, who has his own H2O supply.
Yeah, but then I did put a point in.
I can have one if I want to. I have a vacuum collar, so if I want to, I can turn it on.
There you go. Okay, I'm hoping that's enough time to have preloaded the scene, and now I'm going to activate it. It wasn't enough time to preload the scene. That's not a good sign. All right.
I turned my hover light on.
Oh, okay. Hang on, I can actually do that.
I started so zoomed in on my token, I was like, why am I so big?
All right, you're going to have a 270 degree.
I put on my wizard hat and robes.
Uh-oh. Don't like the sound of that. Oh, that's not the direction. 90. Can't tell which way is that going. Let's just say, let's open this door. Oh, it's going straight down? Okay. Well, you can, we'll do it, we'll do that. So there's a door in front of you. Yeah.
This again.
Yeah, but they're not locked.
But they could be.
All right, Razik, ready? On 3. I didn't count.
I see the lights.
Open. Oh, yes, they're very cool, and they're like.
Open the south one?
Yeah, please. I didn't really convey that super well. And nobody bought hover lights.
I got my low light up to comms. Or up to vision.
Just not the same. That doesn't help everybody, and we're all about helping everyone.
There's some light here, so my low light's working fine for now.
Yeah, so as you guys are, walking through, even though we're in space, there's only so much sound design that needs to be done. So you guys kind of hear like the fluorescent, fluctuating as the lights kind of flicker. No need to.
1,000 years in the future, we're still using fluorescent instead of LED.
No, it's not that you're using fluorescent. It's just that the sound design department doesn't want to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
Yeah. I was super stoked to have flickering lights, personally.
Yes, they're really neat.
Cool.
I don't know what Vega said, but he seems pleased.
It's really neat. I'm a fan.
It gives me Dead Space vibe, which doesn't resonate really well with me, but beside that, it's doing really well. Oh, I don't like cramped corridors.
I like that Razik is leading.
Well, I only have a knife out. I didn't expect a fight. I don't have my pistol.
You want a vibro chakra?
Nah, I'm not proficient with it. I'm good with knives.
I was letting Razik lead because I was holding the light out, but
and you have a gun.
Everyone can see fine.
Well, we're cramped enough. Oh, I don't like this. I need a light.
At least he just takes the lead. Oh, there's a lot of doors near. Oh no, there's 2.
Oh, don't turn. I can't see crap when you turn. Okay, let's go north.
I tried panning when you opened the door, and Foundry was like, no.
It looks like we're back out in the hall.
The problem is I have a push to talk on right now, but I need both hands to move around.
Rip.
Ooh, this is a long hallway.
Surely just walking through and nothing happening is a good sign, right?
Well, there's a door open. Okay, I'm just gonna peek because I'm curious.
Doesn't look like there's much of anything down this way.
Ooh, that looks like something. That definitely looks like something.
Is that the containment field? Are we in the right space?
Yeah, let me check my pad, because I remember that I had that. Are we in the right spot?
Zoom far out. I'm gonna get off this screen so I don't want to reveal everything to the... Are you zoomed way the hell out?
Way the hell out.
Right. Stage northeast of you. The exact location of the containment pod is Nya.
Got it.
Okay, so whatever this is not it.
What is this, though?
Yeah, do you think it might be like a little control room for this area? It doesn't look like a power supply exactly.
Irene, when you lay eyes on this glowing section, both the ceiling and the floor have this blue glow, you immediately think back your transporter doodles and your early stage diagrams.
I'm touching all of the things.
Okay. Give me a ESP psychic history check.
I was actually about to do that.
Ah, okay. I will do that. I suck, but I'll do it anyway. Holy shit, that's a success. It's an average success, but a success nonetheless.
Okay, well, this wasn't a normal ESP psychic history check. Instead, because you don't really know what you're doing, first of all, but second of all, as you're kind of feeling around it and looking around it, in only your vision, you see shimmering blue lights start to form curved shapes, and those shapes start to snap together like magnets until it creates this kind of all I can think of is like you know, it's like it looks like a ball with a crest over it, and at the middle of the ball is a glowing kind of separated spot.
So it's like an orb, like a floating, glowing eyeball with a mohawk?
Yeah. But like a, like a horizontal mohawk.
Okay.
Like you do.
Oh, so like like an Athenian helmet as opposed to a Spartan helmet.
Yeah, like the guys from Babylon 5. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. At this point, Irene is
and
just
the middle section,
that's
that circle kind of like pulsates, and you hear a voice in your mind. Construct error. Construct error.
Run diagnostic.
You hear almost like a
I'll
dial-up
say that
sound.
out loud.
Yeah, you hear like a diagnostic, like you hear like dial-up going on in your head, and it goes, and then it just says error.
Locate diagnostic panel.
Non-existent.
Okay, you stay there. I'll figure this out. And she starts like
Manual
scampering around the room.
Override. Manual override initiated. And steam jets out from the base of the platform, and it starts to rise. Irene kind of stumble back, and it lifts up about 6 inches off the ground to reveal an array of crystal, like protruding in slots all around it.
This is the motherfucking motherlode.
And the image that you can see just kind of like fades away.
I need tools. I need a team.
You need to focus on something a little bit more pressing.
What is more pressing than this?
A murderous living weapon roaming free, possibly trying to kill us?
If we take down this whodunit guy, then we can definitely get you a team in here.
All right, like give me like 2 minutes with this thing, okay? And,
you hear that, living weapon? 2 minutes. That's all we need.
Irene's just gonna like scan the crystals and see if any like sort of pattern jumps out at her or any inconsistencies jump out.
Yeah. About half of them look cracked.
Oh, did one of us open or close a thing?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just checking stuff out while Irene's looking around. I'm not going very far or anything.
I'm gonna do something.
That's ominous.
Okay, well, to be safer, let's do that.
Yeah, everybody clear out. I'm not positive this isn't gonna blow me up.
Yeah, I'd rather have the doors open just because, like, that means it speeds our flight as well. You know what I mean? And we can see stuff coming.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be by this door.
Irene's gonna crouch down and try to take out one of the cracked crystals.
Okay, you extract it.
And she's gonna put it in her satchel.
Okay.
Alright. We'll come back to this. Furiously typing on her pad. Notes.
Which is swipe type.
It's swipe type, and there's just autocorrect is ruining everything. Like, it's bad.
I've been there.
Yeah, I guess let's go find this monster thing. All fuck.
This lighting is fucking dope.
It's so cool.
The module is what's making it flicker.
Okay, well, it appears people are going stage north. I'm coming back.
Where are you?
I was still in the hallway.
Is this platform I'm on?
About 3 meters off the ground.
What does this look like it is? It's lit up, so.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of relay or terminal. It doesn't have any apparent function listed. There's no text.
Is there an interface?
Nope.
At all? Hey, Irene, check this out. I wonder if it's related to that other, the platform in the other room. Since there's a chamber that leads to your...
God damn it, Razik.
What?
You're just blazing through.
No, I'm just exploring this.
If this guy pops up and kills you, I'm gonna say I told you so.
Irene will mag boot her way up there. You said it doesn't have any obvious function other than just being some sort of relay?
Terminal? Yeah. There's not even really an interface.
Well, it's piped into and out of the bulkhead. So probably either a power relay or it could be some sort of like waste disposal system. I'd have to crack into it to know. But yeah, it does definitely look. I'd have to crack into the bulkhead to be sure, but it probably does feed back into that chamber.
You want to make an engineering check?
Yes, I would. Engineering, flat +1. I don't know if any of my cascades apply.
Probably not.
Okay. Empyrean tech, so what kind of penalty am I looking at?
A -3, which you turn into a -2.
So that is a net -1.
That's a -1.
That's a fail.
Yeah, you're at a total loss.
I'd have to crack into it, and right now, given the fact that platform with the crystals in it seems semi-functional. I don't want to really disrupt that at the moment. We'll come back to it.
All right. Click on the mag boots and joop joop joop.
Zip zop zoobity.
Yeah.
Irene gazes longingly back into the chamber before he closes the door.
Are there no notes on that chamber in the
There's no text anywhere.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if it was in the map that Irene has.
Actually, Irene,
somebody...
since you have the map, you can see a kind of a layout, and there is a section up ahead that is depressurized and open to space. And there's also a few emergency locks, and you know that the way you're going won't lead to the containment unit. You need to backtrack.
Oh. Yeah, we're going the wrong way. Like back out to the initial hall that we saw this chamber in?
Yeah, that seems to be the central hallway. And you need to go back the way you came and then go that stage north.
Okay.
I will move her token when you guys stopping point. Yeah, you need to no down.
Oh, I gotcha.
Is this an open door? I can't even see. No, it is not. I can't move.
Can we not want to open it? Yeah.
You couldn't see it. It was in darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
He doesn't have low light vision. That door will lead you.
Wait, I thought you had low light goggles on.
I don't have them on since we didn't need them with the light, but now I'm gonna turn them on, Jakin.
Okay. Well, you were the only one having the cool lighting effect, but whatever.
Okay.
Oh, let me move you. Hang on. I want to...
Yeah, I was about to say, where'd everybody go?
Where? Oh, where could he...
Over there, Jakin.
I know. Dragging along. Christmas tree. Okay.
Just as minor housekeeping, I don't think my low light vision radius is correctly programmed.
Oh?
It's only given me 10, and I should have 20 meters.
Ah. You're right.
Thank you.
And my low light goggles, I don't remember how much they're supposed to give me.
I gave you 30. That might be too much. Might be too
Yeah, I'm
little.
gonna try to find them.
That's a narrow looking hallway.
At least he's going the right way, Irene.
I mean, okay.
We're still checking stuff.
I like how letting you open that door from 6 meters away.
Yeah.
It's too much of a pain in the butt to move my token. Also, part of me could see Elise picking up something and throwing it at the console using her psychic abilities.
I'll allow it. That's it right there. That's the containment unit.
That's the breached one?
Yeah. It appears to be some kind of that there are cables dangling and it's wet here in some kind of viscous fluid, and it is completely open. Whatever was the case has retracted into the floor.
Is there a nearby interface?
There's a few doors you might try, but you don't see anyone in the immediate vicinity.
There are doors over here.
Let's check this one first, and then go up. Like, move our way northward.
This one is not opening.
Is it the locked one? Can you guys not see if it's locked?
No,
we don't.
Oh,
we don't have an
it's
indicator.
locked. Yeah.
Right.
It's
I'm
making
gonna
a locked
psychic
sound.
history the tank.
Nice. Okay, psychic history of the tank.
Jaken, you should try in the module that makes the noise for the door opening and closing. You should suggest that they add a when you try to open it and it's locked.
Nah.
That's a nope.
You want to spend a hero point or let it ride?
That's a hero point.
First, the hero point, because it makes it feel like, oh, damn, I probably should.
I'll spend the hero point.
Okay. On an average success.
Pretty sure it's just feelings.
Yeah. I lost my page. Okay, you sense the same kind of instinctive, animalistic personality was in this tank, but you also get the sense that it was being taught, raised almost, while in this vat. Information was being fed to it psychically.
Psychically?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, this is definitely where it came from. And they were teaching it via telepathy.
Who's they?
I don't know.
Does that mean it can or can't be hurt by telepathy?
Are we checking what looks like offices up here?
Let me
yes.
try and
While
unlock
Irene
this
tries to
door.
unlock this.
Yeah.
I'll come with you.
There doesn't seem to be any control panel.
Well, that's a
unlock the door?
bust.
Right. These
What
Empyrean
does-
doors usually have like a holographic button, for lack of a better term,
Right.
that you just press to open it, and this one has nothing.
There doesn't appear to be any sort of
Interface at
mechanical
all.
looking mechanism.
Nope. It just
But this
seems
looks like a
sealed.
computer with a chair.
Yeah, in fact, that computer is on, and there is text on the screen.
I read it, or at least I try to.
It says, psionic override initiated, containment breached.
I have done all I could.
That's not manual override.
Wait.
Hey, Irene,
What?
get in here.
Psionic override activated?
I'm gonna step out and let you look at that. Elise. You, the Starkeepers. I don't know much about what y'all did. Truthfully, the way you act seems like you're not about to tell me about much of what y'all did. But did y'all know anything about any of the integration of psionic and technological that we're seeing here with this Empyrean tech? Like, how long was the history of your organization, if that were, or your order? I guess it's an order. Nah, organization sounds better. I mean, you were mostly
Say again?
human. You were mostly human, right?
I just remembered that psychic history has a penalty for how long it's been. You should have had buku penalties.
Oh, right. My bad.
We'll do that in the future. What's the
But
question?
she spent the hero point, so.
I spent the hero point to get it anyways, so.
That's fair. Yes.
History of, basically, the Order, did it go back far enough to know technology combined with psionics and how that worked?
Like, to
have any-
think that was ever done at all?
The written and
Aside-
oral lore of the Starkeepers goes back 500 years.
Because the only technology I could think of are the side blades themselves.
Right. That was technology that you guys... It's near Empyrean technology that you guys had. According to your oldest legends, that technology was preserved by the psionics that went to form the Starkeepers. But anything prior to that, any generation prior to that, is lost to time, which is about half past the regression. So it's been about 1,000 years since the regression. So 500 years, you have history dating back, almost that far back, halfway back, that far back.
I mean, that just makes me wonder if the founders were even vaguely related to Empyrean. It's only 5. I mean, it's our 500 years is a decent chunk, but...
Well, if we're talking the people of Imperia, hey, Eagle, you're all technically, Imperians. It's just your people 1,000 years ago.
It just doesn't feel like my people exactly, because all of this is very psionic, and I am like...
That's true.
I mean, considering what we've learned about the Hyperwinds and their connection to psionics, I feel like the Imperians dabbled more in psionics than we thought.
Feels like more than dabbling. I'm a little at a loss here. As much as Irene is the leader in these sorts of situations.
Speaking of Irene, you want to make a computer check with a -2 because you overcome 1 step penalty?
Yeah.
And bear in mind, even if you fail, you will get information. Just based on your level of success will be how much information.
And then I get a +1 for computer, so it's a net.
-1. 12?
That is... Hold on, let me double check. That's an average success.
Okay. You know that the entity inside the containment is labeled as... Wrong document. Is labeled as...
Weird name.
Labeled as wrong document?
It is labeled as Hunter N4J7-RR.
N4J7-RR?
Hunter N4J7-RR, yes.
So, Hypoist, I've had a crazy thought. If they taught this thing telepathically, in theory, I can contact it. But I'm not sure how good of an idea that is.
I don't know necessarily that I would look forward to you being connected to it. If it's been in here since the regression, or, before then, even, right? I don't know that it's a very sound mind.
That's why I don't really want to do it. Just letting you know that it's an option.
I trust you to make that decision yourself. I could not put you at risk in that way.
More information. The reason it was psionically overridden is because the Hunter is psionic to a degree. And the systems that were keeping it in stasis ran out of the ability to keep it in stasis, which allowed it to psychically trigger its own release. meaning that you can't put this thing back in containment.
Okay. Well, shit. So it's gonna have to be put down in order to stop the lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
We still don't know precisely what overloaded, like what drew in all the energy.
No, you do know.
Section.
Okay, well, you do know that someone else working for Wodan rerouted power, and it appears from what you're seeing that power
overloaded the restraints enough to allow it to psionically override the rest of its containment.
Actually, it's more than that.
Oh no.
The energy was converted to sustenance, which revived the hunter.
Oh no. So this was 100% intentional.
It looks, you can't really tell. It might have been an automated process to revive the hunter in event that the stasis failed. Or it could have been deliberate. With your average success, unfortunately, you can't make that distinction.
Yeah, this was 100% intentional. They did this on purpose. There is no other way around it. They released this thing on their own station for whatever reason.
Well, there has to be a reason.
They probably thought they could control it.
Or they didn't give a shit about controlling it, and they knew the lockdown procedures would separate off the sections. And
no, hold on. What if it's not the owner of the station that did it? A saboteur from a competitor of Wodan?
No, he did warn me that this was well, not this exact thing was going to happen, but that he was messing with the power and that it might flicker.
Yeah, but maybe he was not aware. Maybe it's one of his engineers that works for an opponent of his that knew the existence of this and knew the application that switching the power would do. Told Wodan he would.
Okay, continue.
Then the engineer could have told Wodan, hey, I'm going to play with the power for XYZ. Wodan saw no problem with it. Engineer did it. This happened, and this thing's supposed to kill everyone on board.
Well, didn't he say something along the lines of specifically that they were going to be using the power in areas that were inactive? Jacob?
Yeah. He also mentioned that they found something in the abandoned areas.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure this is on purpose. It came after us. Also.
Well, right now we need to kill it so that we can get out of here. And then we can deal with whatever caused this.
Only problem is, it's back in the main section, or it was when it jumped into the vents. It probably doesn't want to come back here. We're going to have to draw it out somehow. I can dig more into the files and see if I can get information on what precisely it is, what motivates, etc., etc. But we're going to have to figure some way to get it to us.
Well, if it's sensible psionics.
Yeah, either one of you can attempt to contact it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You'd have to be able to see it or perceive it. Instead, I'll let you guys ESP check.
Just an ESP check?
You can use, if you have a specialty in remote viewing.
I'm just gonna put it out there. If my theory is exact that it might be using psionics to look and move about, it might be casting psionics constantly. So
you both rolled a 5. Irene failed. I assume Elise. Yeah. All right. So you both take a moment to concentrate, and you don't sense anything. You're muted, Vegas.
Irene's gonna try again, but she understands this thing dark, violent, so she's specifically going to reach out, try to touch something dark and violent.
You are going to petition?
Yeah, but she doesn't realize she's petitioning.
Okay. Petitioning. It's a 2 impulse action, but we're out of combat. Once you take it, it can't be undone. There is no roll. The entity is eager to receive the connection. You get a +2 step bonus to all psionic checks made until the end of the scene, and you immediately gain 1 temporary corruption.
Yeah, that's fine. She thinks she's doing it for. All right, so ESP again. That's a success. Damn it, it's an average success. 1 shy.
All right, you reach out with your mind, focusing on those violent, angry thoughts, and almost like sonar, it like ricochets off of something and comes back to you stronger and angrier. And
we don't. Oh, go ahead.
You catch a vision, as if you're seeing, not really seeing. It's more like you have like a dot map of your surroundings, like, you know, like you can like put dots over objects, and you see hands in front of your vision, putting a severed head onto a raised platform, and you feel it is very close by.
We don't really have any reason to assume or suspect that it has senses other than psionic.
Well, it has a mouth, so most likely can taste.
And it had nose slits.
So it can smell.
But we didn't see any.
And it had ears?
If it had ears, they were internal and not visible. If you had a moment to look at it, look for dots, like holes, and they might have, it might have hearing. Yeah. For sure it ain't got sight.
Yeah.
It's close. And it's angrier. And I think I figured out how to draw it to us.
I don't like the way you said that.
I'm gonna unpause.
I don't either.
Yeah, so about that, here we go.
What are you gonna do?
Contact.
Oh, okay. You still have the +2 bonus from the petition.
And I have a +1 for specialization.
Aw, shit.
That's
9.
Still a fail.
Ah, the fledgling psionic. Hero point or letter add?
Fuck it, hero point.
Okay. You reach out to it, and not so much in words, you feel it know exactly where you are, know exactly where all 4 of you are, and then you just feel kill.
I'm going to express to it a sense of welcoming and 3 words. Come to mommy.
Well, when you say that, Hypois and Elise, you notice this door. Holographic sigil appears.
Which door?
That door.
That door. Oh, level.
But by the way, the moment the door's unlocked, I want to activate my blades.
Sure, yeah. Excuse me. It's here to kill you. The first thing you notice is it now has 2 guns. You don't know where the other one came from, and also initiative.
Can we roll back to 1 gun? Can we go back to the scene where you only had 1?
Is game still paused?
Yeah. Can you guys not roll initiative when it's paused?
No, I was just curious.
I just didn't want anyone to move before we rolled initiative. Okay.
Fail.
Oh wow, I think it's 1 shy of an excellent. Yep, you got an average.
Nice.
Looks like Hypoist 1 initiative. Alicia, what'd you get?
Guys.
I got an excellent, but I got 19, so...
Okay, so it's Hypoist. Then Alicia.
Should I try to make him more angry, or...
Razik failed. Irene got...
I'm gonna make him pretty angry in a minute.
Average?
Fail.
Or fail. Okay. So it's the Empyrean Hunter, which is the actual name of the monster. And then it is going to be... Which one are you? Irene, then Razik. And you guys will act on impulse 2. So let me modify y'all real quick. New guy, to answer your question in chat, why can't it be the Empyrean Friendly Hugger? Restraining order.
Okay.
Oh no!
I post.
It's just they never keep like friendly stuff in stasis. It's always murderous machines.
Right? Like, what's with that? So Hypoist is going to use a new talent.
Okay. Also, you can rotate your light as a free action on your turn.
Oh yeah, I should be looking at him. I don't. Technically my face is filled with, but there we go. I'm gonna use a new talent. And I can't really like cock my gun and look menacing, but I can pop a fresh battery in that bad boy and say, "You're the last of your kind, you ugly fuck, and I'm looking for a trophy." So I'm making an influence check against his.
And this is the agitated talent, right?
Yes, against his willpower. I get a +1 for being just excellent at influence, and then a +1 because nothing this ugly could be a Celise.
You're not wrong. However, you're not gonna get your Celise bonus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This thing is classified as
alien. Because you can't be like attracted to me, yeah.
Right. This thing is like classified as alien, which means it's beyond like sentient standards, which would your Hypoist wouldn't affect that.
Okay.
That said, it's an opposed check and it has a 16 plus willpower, so probably gonna beat it there. I'll let you roll first.
18, baby. You know what that means? Stellar.
Stellar, okay.
Yeah, I have a 16 stellar.
It's gonna reduce that to a excellent, but you do succeed.
Oh
with
no!
Excellent. Yeah. So, what happens with the agitator?
He's distracted, which hopefully will help everyone else out. Mainly, I'm just trying to draw all of his attention so that everyone else can get some hits on him.
Let's do the no ear symbol. That's a good one for distracted. Because there's no deft condition. Definite? Yeah. Okay. Definite. When I rolled, I also rolled under your name because I had you clicked for the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that was a 3 impulse action, right?
Uh-huh.
And how long does the distracted last? Until the start of your next turn?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Let me double. Yeah.
Alicia, you're
up. Charge action.
It's a 1 impulse modifier.
It's a 1 impulse. How far can I move?
Up to half. No, I think it's up to your full speed. I think it's up to half your speed. So 10 meters.
I'm gonna check and confirm.
I think it's 10 meters. Yes, so you could close the distance.
Okay, do I get minuses for attacking?
No, you just...
Half speed, yep.
I think it's just you just have half speed. it increases your impulse reaction by 1 impulse. That's all it does.
Okay, so I can get here.
Mm-hmm.
And then swing with my side blades.
That is sounds correct.
Okay, so let's do some math here. Get a +1 step because it's my side blades, but a -2 because I'm using both, so it's just a -1, right? Oh, but he's distracted, so I get a +1 from that, right?
Yes, you get a +1 step because he's distracted.
So 0's out.
Oof. That is a natural 1. That is a failure. And you only made 1 attack?
No, I took the -2 because I attack with both at the same time.
Okay, so you swing and it moves out of the way. So that was a 4 impulse? Okay.
I only need a 6.
The Empyrean Hunter's turn. It is going to shoot and evade. It's going to shoot once at Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a +2 to hit.
Does anything happen to its ability to shoot when it's distracted?
No, it just enemies get +1 step. That's what it means.
Okay.
Okay. It has a +2 step to hit Elise, who is not evading, so oop, it fucking missed. And then it levels its other hand over at Hypoist and takes a shot at Hypoist. And it does not miss. It got an excellent success, which means this does this die +10 physical damage. That's 14 physical damage.
Okay, so I only take 10. Vegas, how does the hero point in combat thing work again? Do you just burn it to react?
You burn it and you use you immediately can do anything that you would normally do as a 1 impulse reaction.
You can also downgrade wounds.
Yeah, you can also downgrade wounds.
What wound severity is it?
Yeah, I'll spend a hero point to move it from serious to a moderate wound.
Actually, it converts a serious into graze.
Oh.
Yeah, it's change 1 or more critical wounds or mortal wounds you just received into light wounds, or change 1 or more light, moderate, or serious wounds you just received into grazes.
Yeah, I'll turn it into a graze just to be an ass.
Just to be like, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, bruh.
All right, Irene.
There's noise going on out there.
Well, you probably just heard the flechette gun go off twice. Just pow, pow.
Well,
and also me shouting.
Am I getting any sort of like residual psychic ping off of this thing coming in? Like I know that this is it?
Not really. You're gonna have to take an action to maintain the connection.
Do the side blades make noise? Because if they make noise, you're hearing them.
Yeah. No. Hold on. I have a thought.
Oh no.
Oh, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna stay exactly where I am. I am gonna maintain contact, but it's not gonna be using the contact ability.
Okay. I would say that side blades probably sound when they swing through the air, they probably sound like a dying fire. You know, just kind of like that low crackle.
Oh, nice. Love that.
Yeah. Oh,
sensory.
Very evocative. Yeah.
You had a better idea than me. I thought we were in a B-movie sci-fi, and it would still sound like fluorescent for some reason.
Yeah, the Foley guys just took the entire week off.
Budget cuts, they're all fired. So it's just the editor using stock. I've been that guy.
Ooh, hold on. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I'm gonna make a suggestion.
Okay. I'm gonna have to... If you're going to suggest on it, I think you're going to have to get a better grasp on it. If you just move within visual range, the next action you can suggest it. But
Okay.
the connection you made with it is kind of obscure.
Fleeting.
Yeah, and it's not
Okay.
as firm as like a remote viewing type of viewing.
Okay, no, that's fair.
It's more like a vague feeling, you know?
All right, so I'll take 2 impulses to move.
Yeah. So next turn you
1,
can.
2, 3, 4, 6. Go there. And then let me just double check. Yeah, that's fine. 2 impulses. We're good with the move.
Razik.
I will do a move as well. Depending on where I end up with my move, can I declare after if I want to dodge, or I need to declare before?
I'm not that much of a stickler. You can declare after.
Okay, I most likely am gonna dodge. I'm just saying it forward, but for now it's just a move. 1, 2. What's my speed?
20 meters, which is 10 squares.
So that's yeah. 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Do I need to take the stairs, or can I just jump down here?
You can just jump down, so you don't have to bump through Hypoist.
5, 6, 7, and dodge.
Okay. Speaking of Hypoist,
I mean,
Is
you
there
could just glide down too.
Okay, I'm not that fancy. Like, whee!
he's not that high up either.
1 meter. That's called doing a body slam. Is Razik providing cover to the Empyrean Hunter now?
Yeah.
God damn it, Razik. Even if I'm on the stairs?
Less. -1.
Had I known, I would have went there instead.
Next turn.
Oh well. I'll
it's your
keep that
turn.
in mind for future.
Empyrean Hunter is no longer distracted.
It's my turn, so Empyrean Hunter is no longer distracted. Instead, I am going to cheer my friends on instead of shooting because he has cover. So let's see how well I succeed on this. I am affecting my friends, which are a +1 step for doing that. Oh, plus I forgot that I also have a +1 for being commander. So I should have had a +2 left. I have a +3 this time.
Didn't you roll a stellar anyway? So.
Yeah, but he knocked it down to an excellent.
Right. The difference between combat leader and agitator is agitator's opposed, combat leader you just do. Yeah.
Yeah. +3. 15 is 1 shy of a stellar. It's still excellent, and all that matters is that I succeed. So I'm just gonna be like, ah ha ha! You'll stand no chance now that Razik and Alicia are fighting you. And bolster my friends. You get +2 to attack the guy for your next attack.
Is it +2?
Yeah, it is, because I took another talent that made it +2 instead of +1. Inspiration to all. Allies gain +2 from combat leader instead of +1.
So, not just hero to man, hero to all?
Everyone.
That was a 3 impulse? That was a Moana reference.
I know, but I just wanted to clarify that everyone gets HyperWinds 11 support, even if they happen to be cranky geniuses.
We have an abundance of those. Speaking of cranky geniuses, Irene.
I'm in this tweet and I don't like it. Okay. So I'm going to reach out and I'm going to make a suggestion. And the suggestion is essentially going to boil down to, I thought you were some sort of all-powerful hunter. What the hell do you need those guns for? Drop them.
Okay.
So.
You doing a suggestion?
Doing a suggestion. You get a +2 from the bad things. Well, then I'm also going to concentrate. I'm going to concentrate on a delay myself another +2.
On a delay what?
So I'm adding 3 impulses.
Okay.
You can either add 1 to get a +1 or add 3 to get a +2.
Okay, so this is a 6 impulse suggestion?
This is a 6 impulse suggestion.
Okay.
And
this is a new scene, so you don't have your +2.
I'm going to expend psionic effort.
Okay, for another +3?
For another +3.
So it's +6?
To counteract. No, it's +5.
Why do you have a -1?
It's +2 for concentrating.
Oh, okay.
+3 for
psionic fatigue.
Psionic effort.
Or psionic effort,
Yeah.
so that's +5.
Yeah.
So that's 2d20.
Yes.
Hey, sweet Haley, thanks for sticking around.
Are you kidding me?
That looks bad.
Are you actually literally kidding me with that?
That's a pretty bad roll. How's that land you?
1 shy of a success. And no more hero points.
Okay. Well, also you can't do that in combat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. So and then I need to make my
psychic fatigue.
Psionic fatigue, which is either willpower or
resilience.
Resilience. And it's the same for both of those. So
that looks like a fail. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So it was a 6 impulse action. Alicia, you're up.
Okay. So, I was gonna strike at this guy. Razik is with me, so that's a plus.
That's a +1, yep.
Okay. I get a +1 from being awesome at Psyblades. +2 from Hypois.
Mm-hmm.
-2 because I'm using both blades, so it's a +2. Awesome.
And it is evading. And let me check its how much dodge. Okay, -1 step from the dodge.
So +1 step.
Yeah, but you also get a -1 step for having glitter in your eyes.
That's mean.
You're fine.
That's very mean. Your son picked out this eyeshadow, damn it.
Oh, wow. That's what you get.
Right. Well, that is a stellar.
Oh, okay.
I have a question to get. How much do you care for this monster?
Well, it's not long in this world, is it? Jesus fuck.
It is technically armor piercing because of the tech level.
Nope, it's not.
No.
Oh, right, this guy's from that era.
Yeah.
Right.
He's wearing Tech Era 8 armor. Point of fact. Which means the if we had the TIDPP, it would still have the AP3, but your weapons are TE8. So 16 energy damage. It has 4 energy resistance, which means it takes 12 damage, which is a
Guys,
serious
when we kill
wound.
this guy, can we get me that armor?
Point of order.
Yeah.
She hit it twice.
Yeah.
So it was a stellar success.
Oh, so it's like 4 wounds.
So that's 2 14s and 2 12s.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was loud.
So let me ask again: how much fate did you put in that monster,
Wait,
Jicken?
it's
Just
2 14s? Oh, I'm bad at math. Okay, so that's 2 critical wounds and 2 serious wounds. Okay.
He's not sweating, guys. I'm afraid now. I'm sweating.
It is Le Hurt.
Look, the fact that it has 2 critical wounds, like 2 critical boxes to tick, is really upsetting.
That's frightening. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm triggered.
I'm upset.
Is that a 3 impulse action?
This is against the rules.
Its turn. At the start of its turn.
That's illegal.
Okay. Well, at the start of a turn, it's going to heal one of the serious wounds. Just regenerates. Okay. Because it has critical wounds, it has a -2 step penalty, and because it has at least serious wounds, it has +1 damage because it is enraged. And it is going to turn its weapons on Elise and try to double tap her. It normally has a +2 step, but its wounds give it a -2 step, so it's just a straight D20.
Is Elise too close, or does the pistol not incur?
It's just rifles and heavy weapons, and it's using pistols.
Okay.
Yeah. Pistols and assault, you don't get any penalties for using a point blank.
Yeah, because assault is amazing.
Right. Okay. So it needs a 12 or higher to hit. With this flat D20, it's making 2 attacks against Elise. That's a miss. That's a miss. Pow pow. Okay, and that was it's going to evade again, making it a 4 impulse action. Razik, you're
up. 2-meter move, now that I realize my mistake.
Okay.
And stab this guy with dodge.
Yep. It is dodging, so you get a -1 step.
And I get a +1 because knife, so nothing.
Oh, and then you get a +1 because Elise's next to it as well.
Oh, so +1 total?
Yep.
I need a 10.
That's an excellent success.
That's an excellent.
Yeah.
Yay!
So that means that I'm going to scalpel the crap out of it.
I thought you said scalp it. I was really worried.
No, not a whole lot. I didn't do a whole lot of damage. So 4 AP2.
Yeah, that's going to be a light wound.
FYI, that's a vibro knife. That's Tech 7. He has an armor Tech 8. Does that play into anything?
Oh, shit. It might.
You didn't have to point it out, new guy.
I'm playing by the rules, and I'm used to do fuck all during any battle.
It has to have the tough
okay.
special ability, which it does not. It just, the values get higher the higher the tech level. That's really what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think I have the highest physical armor value for this tech level.
No, you don't have the highest physical armor.
Plus, I mean, I taught Jaken the lesson. If he makes my character stupid, then I just grapple.
Carbon plating, it has like 6, but it's ablative, so every time you get hit, it drops by 1.
Yeah.
And then exosuit has 5.
Exosuits, yeah, redonkulous. Yeah.
Okay, so that was a 4 impulse action, right?
Yep.
All right, Hypoist.
So hey guys, did y'all need that +2?
I forgot the +2 from Hypoist. I actually had a +3 step. It's okay, I rolled already, but I forgot about that.
Well, you got a 1 on the D4. You want to... Wouldn't you have +2 more steps, so you'd have a D8 instead of a D4?
Sure.
D8.
Roll it, yeah. Okay, still excellent. Right, Hypoist, back to you.
Vibro knife that was a really sad roll on the vibro knife.
Mm-hmm.
That was the worst possible roll on the vibro knife.
Yeah, it was a bit...
Okay. So Razik didn't really need the bonus. Elise was phenomenal regardless.
Yeah, she carved my guy up.
So I'm just going to shoot at him. And I'm going to aim to make it a 6 impulse.
Oh, shit.
But I do have a the
laser sight
+2 laser sight as well.
Oh no, yeah.
Holographic sight?
No, the holographic sight is an upgrade, not a customization.
Okay. I got the sight.
Yeah, the laser sight, I think you don't get it if they're evading.
I mean, I thought it was just the fact that it helped with the range.
Okay. So you got a magnification scope?
Though, yeah, my goal was to get the one that helps with range penalties.
Okay, so since there's no range penalties, it doesn't come into effect.
Yeah, it doesn't apply.
Cool.
But that's +1, +2 for aim. 10.
That looks good. Oh, did you take the -1 because she's dodging?
No.
Okay, well you got a 2 on the D6. I think it's okay. Yeah.
I mean, I could roll a D4.
Is there a difference between a 20 and 21?
No, actually, those are both stellar.
All right,
I was making sure because I wasn't sure if 19 was my stellar.
Cool.
So guess what? High power rifle.
Time to fuck it up.
17 AP 3,
Shit.
and that's a stellar, baby.
Aw. You done did it. So that's
I roasted
16
him
damage.
for 2 rounds.
16 damage twice. It takes another critical wound. Barking in pain. And then it grows still and collapses. It's dead.
Can we check out that armor though? Is it like roughly my build, do you think?
It's form
Like I know my waist is really thin. Or as the kids will say, snatched.
Would the kids say that?
Yep.
Yeah, actually.
Yep. Snatched being the opposite of thick with 2 C's.
Yeah.
Got it. The more you know.
Sometimes you don't want to know.
Sky.
Yeah, like I didn't want to know how many critical boxes that guy had.
He's a boss monster. They have 3 critical wound boxes.
Huh. Well, he's a dead monster now.
It's true. He's quite deceased. The
Excellent job, guys.
The pre-recorded voice comes over the intercom a little bit quieter in this area, and it goes, "Containment restored. Congratulations.
You've survived."
I just had a flash of friggin' space balls. Hold on to your asses. Goodbye.
6! What happened to 7? Just kidding.
Just
So,
kidding.
we need to start planning an assassination, right?
Clear your grazes, but I don't think you had any.
I had one, remember? Because it was a critical or a serious wound.
Okay, I'm gonna what's the word I'm looking for? Preamble? What I'm about to say?
Preemptive?
No, preamble what I'm about to say by saying
Wrong button.
this is for our research, not out of morbid curiosity.
Sorry.
Okay.
I would like to bring this guy, this body back with us.
You know what? Better they dissect that than me.
All right, and as you say that, take a moment to reposition yourselves if you wish.
From where direction?
Just if you wanted to move closer to the body, or if you want to step away from it, you know.
Well, no, I'm staying here. I have no reason to move.
Irene will reposition by slumping down into a crouch in the corner and crying softly.
Okay.
I'm directing my light that way.
At least he's probably nudging this thing with her foot.
Cool. Some doors open.
Because of course they do.
In the hallway is a large. Oh, I forgot to say. This particular Pa Lorzo, Mr. Wodun, is kind of like a yellow with green spots on down each segment of his back, and he's holding a pistol in his right hand while scratching his chest with his left. And he goes, "Well, looks like you took care of our problem for us."
Yeah, it was not really any big deal, actually. Super simple stuff.
Barely an inconvenience.
Super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
I mean, look at us.
Just because it's a character choice, by the way, my side blades are still active. I'm just holding them at my side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, we saw the Imperial Hunter, jumped behind it, snapped his neck, and saved the day. Anyway, back to the all done. He's like, "Well," and then he clicks his mandibles together. Unfortunately, you weren't supposed to see this. And I'm afraid,
You're well done.
And I'm afraid we're going to have to kill you. Boys, take him out. And now we're playing D&D because it's time for initiative again.
Yay!
For the first time this session, I did not win initiative.
How could you? What in tarnation?
That was my cat. She just bolted.
One of them four-legged animals I've heard so much about.
Cats will do that.
Do the gangsters have a combined attack? If they have a combined attack, I'm just going to roll one initiative. If they don't, I'll roll all of them. And I want to do it now before we get going. You know, like when we had the battle bots.
Are we all agreed that we're gonna focus this Paul Orzo?
They do not have a combined attack. Okay. Oh, I should probably stay on that page because I fucking, need that stat block. Okay.
To answer your question, yes.
Yeah, cool.
Alright, I'm gonna roll the gangsters
Slime bag
first.
dies first.
While Jacken
Fail,
rolls that, can I
fail.
just complain about the fact that my
Can we
suck
keep it
initiative follows me from roll set to roll set? Like, I need, please, I need a better initiative.
Oh no, I accidentally minimized Foundry. Okay, it's back. Whew.
Guys, can we keep his mandibles and make little like noisemakers out of them?
Fucking weird. I gotta
It's
scroll
fine.
down.
You
to
know what? In
Paul
this
Orzo.
instance, at least he's okay with it.
Alright, now the Paul Orzo only has a
Keep his
16
mandibles.
initiative, so he failed. Alright, who got an excellent or better? What did you get? Excellent? What did you roll?
Excellent. 17.
Okay, so a gangster actually won initiative. Bastard. And then it's Elise. Who got average? Okay, just you,
Irene
huh?
did.
And what did you get?
What did I get? Shit.
Got shit?
12.
12. Okay, so another gangster. And then Irene. And then everybody else failed? Tough break. Alright, what'd y'all get with your fails?
A solid 8.
A 9.
Okay, so it's gonna go Hypoist, Razik, Odun, and the last two gangsters. And just because it'll save time, everyone after Irene is just going to add one impulse to their first action instead of manually modifying each one. So a gangster won initiative. This particular gangster, in fact.
This never happens.
Yeah. He is going to just dump his SMG at Elise, because Elise is standing right there. So, +1 step, 16 to hit. Oh. Well, I'll be done diggity damned. Got an excellent success. Is your physical armor 8 or less?
No.
What?
You have 9 physical armor?
Oh, less.
I think she thought you were going to say 8 or more.
Yeah, no. I have 2.
Okay, take a grace. And that's a 4 impulse action for ya boy the gangsta. And then it's Elise's turn.
Yeah, I'm charging.
Okay.
I'm attacking 2 separate targets, one each gangster.
Can you?
I can. I have binary style.
Don't you need another one to let you do that?
You mean binary targeting, which is the second thing I took?
Oh, carry on.
I believe that snap goes in a Z formation with a head bobble.
Okay. -2 step penalty, the +1, so just -1.
Yeah.
But each one's separate, right? Because
Yeah, let's do north and south. That's a fucking miss. That's a fucking miss. Alright, and that's a 4 impulse action because you charged. Next gangster's turn. The one right next to Elise, giving out a startled yelp, is going to mag dump into her with his SMG. Since it is a assault weapon, no penalties. That is a miss. Cool. And it's Irene's turn.
2, 4, pop.
Move.
Yeah. 8, 10. 12. Evade. 3 impulse.
Okay. I post.
Are the gangsters large enough to be providing cover to Wudon?
Yes.
Even though he's so big?
He's just, yeah. Because there's two
How
of them.
much?
You kill one of
How
them and it'll less cover.
How much cover?
Because there's two of them, 50% cover. -2 step. But if you kill one of the gangsters, well, particularly the North gangster, then it'll be -1.
Yeah. All right, I'll just shoot at him normal.
Well done?
No, the
gangster? Okay.
Just +1 stick.
Should point out that if you attack a large creature, which Wodun is, you get a flat +1 if you attack a large creature. Because he's so big.
I like them big. I like them chunky.
So it would be an even roll in that case.
Up to you.
I'm going to do it, and I'm going to aim for the +1.
Okay.
It's
This is going to be a 6 impulse.
Yeah.
At his biggest, oofest.
It's what I get for doing 18 to 17 types of energy damage, you know.
That looks real good. I'm going to say stellar?
Yep.
I'm
20
gonna
is stellar.
say
14 energy, armor piercing 3, stellar.
14 energy, armor piercing 3, stellar.
Yeah.
You know, every time he takes a wound, he can take a 1 impulse reaction to call more gangsters. But no, you just killed him.
Oh!
Nice.
My brother was right. I'm hype beast.
Okay.
Hey, chicken, so how about them monsters?
So I was gonna, like, my plan after that was like, all right, we're gonna find him. I'm gonna pull this real, like, misdirection, real sneaky, like, to snipe him out. And now I know I could have.
Yeah, you fucking did, actually.
Okay, well, that guy out. Rizik is...
Shouldn't keep fighting, really.
Yeah, the gangsters might give up. We'll see.
I can't believe the combat munchkin just went up and whiffed.
I mean, to be fair, against the Empyrean Hunter, I kind of kicked his ass.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did, Elise. Don't let anyone forget it.
I am the superior psychic.
Okay, I'm gonna move up.
And then Hypois is playing an FPS where she just clicks on the Palozzo's head. Like, there we go. Click head.
Yeah,
And
I do the Fallout, like, choose a limb thing.
You know what? Rizik has had enough. He's only got a knife. This has gone over. He's charging.
Commence the shanking.
So +1 to using a vibro knife. That's it. The guy's not dodging.
It hasn't even been his turn yet, dude.
I miss.
And you
so
failed,
that's a 4
right?
impulse action.
You failed, right?
Yeah.
So I need to add 1, so 5 impulse.
Yes.
Okay, the gangster you just tried to shank is going to drop his machine gun and throw his hands up in the air. He surrenders. I'm going to take him out of initiative. I do need to indicate that he has lost the will to engage. Man, I don't know. Do this like it's supposed to be like a fucking snowflake or something, but to me it just looks like the Imperial symbol. Right. Next gangster's turn. He's going to do the same goddamn thing. And in fact, if you guys would like to expedite things, they're all going
Yeah, they're all.
All right.
Just super briefly,
Yeah.
as they're doing that, Irene is picking up one of those guns that the hunter dropped, and she's pointing it directly at them, screaming at the top of her lungs.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
Put it down! Put it down!
No, there's no words.
Lucy was
Just
gonna do.
Ow!
What Lucy was gonna do in her turns, I was just gonna point the side blades at them and look at them like, well.
Drop your SMG.
I'm
Doesn't have
over
the same
here
ring
like,
to it.
don't worry, guys. I know that y'all were just hard pressed for resources to support yourselves, and I understand that you have better options in life now. We're here to help. That's why I didn't shoot the gangster.
Okay. Well. It's 10 o'clock, my local time. And you guys just finished the adventure. All that's left to do is to have you guys pack up and leave. I assume you don't have any interest in what happens to Dub Key 4 from this point.
No, but
I would like to see the
if that's the
Nacippe
end
research
of the
group.
Adventure, next session, do I get another chance at psychic history? Or not psychic history, premonition?
Permission.
Since you didn't use it, you can just carry it over to the next adventure.
Okay, because if it didn't carry over, I was going to use it to help Irene with that big machine.
Okay. Well.
Um,
So aftermath, the Nacippe, they lost their whole team. So if they try to come back here, yeah, the whole team they were going to leave here got killed by the Empyrean Hunter.
yeah, but even Wesh?
No, Wesh is on your crew, so
Yeah.
he's not sticking
okay.
around.
Yeah, because he was going to take us with us.
So you
But,
guys take the corpse of the Empyrean Hunter back to your ship, and you just kind of leave it in your rearview mirror, and you're going to head to y'all.
Oh, we're coming back at some point.
Sure.
Because
I mean, well, Dunn is dead, so there's a power
want
vacuum.
access to that room,
Okay.
and I have that crystal that I'm going to be analyzing.
Okay. Unfortunately, yeah, you wouldn't be able to stick around because after killing Will Dunn, the heat is up, and yeah, time to bail.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So next session, you guys are going to head to y'all, and we're gonna have the next adventure. So, thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope you guys had a good time. I know we did, certainly. Or I can't speak for everyone, but the vibe is yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and do shoutouts before we say goodnight. And since you haven't had a shout out in a while, I'll let you go first, Vegas. So take it away.
Like you said, thank you for tuning in. Follow on the Twittosphere, Dire Roll, and myself, DM Daddy YT. I'll be honest, I'm not super active on there at the moment. I'm kind of in between projects trying to figure some things out, so the social media stuff has kind of dropped a little bit. However, you can always check out soundcloud.com/JohnnyVegas82. There is a new track up. It has not yet been used in game, but you can kind of get a sneak preview at what it is and what it might relate back to into our story. I'm just going to leave it at that. If you want to know more, go check it out and give it a listen. Follow, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Elena, you're next.
Hey guys, it's Elenia. I have a Twitter. It's at EleniaZol. I like to keep it real simple. And I also have a Etsy shop, the Ultimate Nerd Stop. I have mostly hats, scarves, shawls. I do put up the occasional set of coasters. I've got the Harry Potter ones up there right now. I think I've also got a set of coasters that look like dice. They're really cool. And I've been working on this during the session, and I decided during the session that when I'm finished with it, I think I'm going to put it up for sale in the shop. It's a star-shaped throw, which I think is fitting for the campaign. So that'll be up in the shop once it's done. Just check it out. I'll try to tweet when I finish it, but I'm very bad at keeping up my Twitter, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. Last but certainly not least, Patty.
Yay! Ain't that the truth? None of us are the least, actually. I would not want that to be the implication. Anyway, as you all know, social media right now is weird. I am on and off, but I see people liking and reacting and viewing and things like that, and I really appreciate it. You can follow my personal Twitter, Catty the Gnome. I mostly tweet about books because I do a lot of reading, but I also listen to a lot of podcasts, and I do a lot of like small author and short story reading. So either if you want recommendations or you want to show me some of your work, that would be super cool. I also have an Instagram, which I have not updated much because I have not had the opportunity to re-engage with a lot of my creative hobbies. It's been real weird out here. And then my Etsy, where I sell dice bags. I'm also on TikTok, but you know, who knows where that's going. And that's it for me. Follow the Die Roll Twitter for updates.
All right, thanks, guys. We're gonna be back next week with the adventures on the planet Y'all. So I hope you guys join us, and I hope you had a great night, and have a great week, and we will see you then.